Tonight, we are live watching the debut episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Thanks to our proud sponsor Nashville Tax Solutions, who helped make this live stream possible. We're diving into the action-packed world of WWE Monday Night Raw, now streaming on Netflix. Join your hosts Mike Redmond and Tevin Powell as they bring you the ultimate live stream watch-along experience. From jaw-dropping stunts to epic showdowns, you won't miss a single body slam or surprise twist. Mike and Tevin are ready to chat with you about the most anticipated episode of all time. So, grab your snacks, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and get ready for an awesome night. Monday nights just got a whole lot better. Don't miss out, folks. It's time to step into the ring with Mike and Tevin for WWE Raw on Netflix. See you there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Around the Ballpark podcast. My name is Mike Redmond, alongside my co-host tonight, Tevin Powell, and we are very excited to bring you the very first Raw on Netflix live stream. And I know there's a little bit of an echo, so let me bring that down just a little bit. But super excited. This is our first one. It is about to go live right now on Netflix. The opening video is about to air, but thank you so much. I see a few of you on there already. Go ahead and let us know you're here. Mention yourselves in the comments, in the chat. We know that you're here. Give us a thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up. Smash that like button, I should say. Subscribe if you haven't. Shame on you if you have not. But Tevin, thanks for joining me tonight. Super excited.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mike. I'm like at the edge of my seat just watching this video, waiting for it to get started and see Triple H come out. It's going to be a great night.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen first. I know I'm anticipating the intro video, of course, and then after that, it's got to be some sort of performance, maybe from Travis Scott. I'm thinking or Triple H, Stephanie, perhaps. So we will see. But I'm also excited to see the Intuit Dome just to see what the visual looks like. I've heard some awesome things about the seating. There's lights on every seat, so super cool.
Yeah, and on the basketball side, I'm a Clippers fan. And so they just moved into that dome. And so I want to see how different it is from watching a basketball game on TV versus watching like Monday Night Raw. So
yeah,
I want to see how they set it up different. That'd be really interesting.
Definitely. And I'm sure to the talent, this has got to feel like a WrestleMania as well. This is like a high level PLE premium live event tonight. It's more than just a Monday night show. The card is stacked tonight. And right now we're seeing the intros as the talent is showing up to the arena. That is one of the best aspects of Raw these last few months. Ever since Tevin Dunn left, I know he was good at what he did for the time he was there with Vince McMahon and all that, but everything from start to finish, less camera shots and angles, and just the presentation overall has been so much better.
Oh yeah, and
that are watching live right now on Netflix, you can see the crowd, over 17,000 fans there tonight. You can see a little bit of the lighting on the seats as well, but it just looks awesome. And I do see several of you now joining in. Devon, thank you for joining us. If you are here again, make sure you put something in the comments so we know you're here and give you a shout out. If you have any questions, predictions on what you're going to see tonight, definitely want to throw that in there. And let's see what we got.
Who's up first? Is it the announcers or is the video first?
Okay, it looks like the intro video. So. Yeah, this is basically those that have not got to see this. Earlier today, they released this. It's going to be a cool little video of the stars of the beginning of Raw on Monday nights to where they are now. It's a cool little package. For sure. And I see this. And it's again, just if you are here, I see a few more of you just jumped in. Thank you guys so much. I know to be doing anything else tonight, I appreciate that you're here. We're just excited. We can't wait to see what's going to happen first. Don't know how long this show is going to be, but we'll be here for it.
Yeah, I honestly feel like a little kid again, just sitting down and watching like all these old clips that are playing right now. We see the Simpsons crossover. We see
got my popcorn ready.
Yep. Got my popcorn ready. Got Macho Man Slim Jim commercial. We got Jake the Snake. Oh my God. All these highlights are just so many memories. This is great. I'm too young to remember them, but I love watching old clips.
Yes. Oh, hello, Brian Anderson. History being made on Netflix. This will change TV as we know it. Those of you that chat too, just want to make sure before we get started, if you are hearing any kind of echo on your end, let us know. I think we're okay, but let us know. We can make the adjustments. And congratulations, Brian, on the Washington Commanders' big win yesterday and that Sunday night matchup with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a week from yesterday, so 6 nights from now. So that'll be a great matchup.
Oh, I see what they're doing. So in the ring, that's cool. They have like the
yeah. Apparently, there's a wall board or something where there's people that are sitting up by the specific wall, but they can still see the ring from where they're at. Somehow, it's some fancy technology. I don't know. Yes, Brian. Of course, the late game for sure.
That's
and
cool.
Double-digit viewers in here. Awesome viewers in the live with us. So thank you so much. Even people live here with us hanging out today. This show is monumental, Tevin, because whether you're tuning in like us because you're excited to see it, or you're at home and you're just like, I have no idea what this is, I'm sure that it's right there on the main page and someone's going to click on it and give it a shot, and see if it is for them or not. And I think tonight they have to pull out all the stops to keep those viewers for the long haul.
Yeah, and there was a lot of talk before of people saying like, oh, now they're going to Netflix, they can like start doing like more gory, more adult things, but a lot of the talent, they don't want to do that because they understand it's a family show. People bring their kids to come and watch it. So keeping it and just not changing it too drastically, I think is going to be best for them. And Triple H has already confirmed that. So
yeah, definitely.
I think this is a great time for any new viewers. If you don't know anything about it, now is a great time to jump in. Like I said, every Monday night it's going to be on Netflix, so it's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge, and if you get home a little bit late, that's okay. Just turn it on, and we'll be able to see if you can watch it from the beginning. I believe so. But as expected, Triple H is in the ring, and those of you who have to say this, those of you asking, no, we're not able to show the video of Monday Night Raw. That is frowned upon, but we do have it on the background and listening to it. So if you do have Netflix, go ahead and throw it on and watch along with us so you know what the heck we're talking about. But just want to give you a heads up. You may be confused while you see our faces and not the show. That's why I can't do that on here. So we want to follow the rules here on YouTube and Facebook Live. And we are live on Facebook as well. So. And Triple H has changed the game, with so many years. Like, man, it's so refreshing to see Triple H have his whole first year under his belt now, and I feel like he hasn't scratched the surface. Yeah, and that is exactly it. All around the world, not certain countries, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And we did have our first spam in the pad. I had to get rid of it right away. I don't even know if you saw it flash through, but Harrison's gone. And Chatavia, hello, welcome. Thanks for watching along with us. Hopefully you have it on your television as well. Oh, he looks pretty red. He's excited.
Here we go. Triple H is like my Optimus Prime. Like people talk about Optimus Prime and Captain America, like where they get like really hyped. Like Triple H is my guy like that. I'm just ready to do anything he says.
Right? That's the Netflix era. Those of you that do follow along with professional wrestling, that watch All Elite Wrestling, that's one thing. They're talking about a new era. Unfortunately, All Elite Wrestling right now is a little bit of a stale product. Hopefully they get things turned around. But this competition is best for business. Even though I'm a WWE guy, I want them to do well. I want them to succeed. It's only better, brings out the best from both companies. So. And hi D, welcome as well. I appreciate you. If you have not subscribed yet, and if you would kindly consider to do so, it definitely helps. Smash that like button. We are almost to 1,600 subscribers. Just need a few more subs. If we get them tonight, cool. We're just happy that you're here. And
how do they start?
I'm wondering if this is a performance.
Oh my gosh, that arena is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Huge.
I would not want the pressure of having to be responsible to hit all the buttons right now. I feel like I hit the wrong one.
Right. Starting with The Rock. Oh my gosh. I did not see that.
Okay.
I did not expect that.
No, I really felt we would have to wait until 10:57 for this.
I was waiting for John Cena. I was waiting for them to do Michael Pat McAfee. No, they're starting off the show with The Rock.
Oh man, so good.
Oh.
And he's got his People's Championship. We knew that he was in LA last night. He was at the award show.
He has goosebumps.
It's different.
You can physically see the goosebumps on his arm right now.
You know, and I bet one thing to say here, yes, Eileen, we can smell what The Rock is cooking. One thing to say here, Mike Clark, my best friends, is on. Thank you so much for watching along with us. We appreciate it. Yes, D expected it because he's top dog. You know, I bet there's right now some confusion with the crowd because obviously the first person that comes out, you want to cheer that person, even if it is The Rock. But the last left off, he was not someone that we quote unquote should be cheering. He's a heel, but
whoa.
Here for The Rock.
Did you just catch that?
Yes, I did. That was interesting.
On the back of his vest, it looks like it has Roman Reigns' logo on it.
That'll be interesting. We'll see if that is the case.
That is.
The goosebumps are all from all the money. Yes.
Ryan, you're right. You're so right.
Yes.
Last time we saw The Rock, he got laid out flat by The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yep.
That was what, April last year?
Yes, April of last year. He came out the Raw after. And I hope we get back to that. Speaking of Raw, one of the highlights of the year always for me was that Raw after WrestleMania. I can't wait till we get back to that. The crowd were always crazy for those shows. You never know what they would cheer. They always went in 100 different directions.
Right.
Exactly, D. That's what I was saying. It is almost impossible for them to properly do The Rock as a heel. I mean, he's the first one out, and he makes everything better.
And Pat McAfee said he's the director of the board. I didn't realize that. I knew he was up there. I didn't realize he was the director of the board.
Now, I don't know if you caught that. It seemed like there was a word said. I'm not going to repeat the word, but it seemed like they did edit that out. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, I think so. Especially from The Rock.
Yeah.
He's giving his kids the belt. People's belt.
Not Darren Redmond wants to know, who do you think was the best tag team of all time?
D-Generation X.
D-Generation X, really?
I love Shawn Michaels. He's my all-time favorite.
But for tag team, like actual tag team, what would you say?
Actual tag team?
Yeah, like two-person team.
Oh my god,
so good. You know,
I want to say Hardys, the Hardy Boys.
Mm-hmm.
They're good too.
Yeah. You know, I think I might have to actually agree with Eileen. I think the Dudley Boys, for me, I got to see them in Extreme Championship Wrestling and just what they were able to accomplish and win the titles as many times as they did.
Get
they
the
were
tables.
Yes, get the tables.
Yes, Eileen, yes.
Yes, and Kim will be on with us shortly. We had Kim Fury last night on the podcast, and she mentioned she's going to have Devon on an upcoming podcast. So,
shout out to Devon.
Let me know. I'll be there. But yes, get the tables. Get the tables.
Get the tables.
Throwback though, Legion of Doom, another great team. Harlem Heat, another great one from back in the day. But right now, if I had to say, I would go with the Dudley Boys or even the New Day. Can't go wrong with the New Day. They've been around for quite a while now, but Dudley Boys for me. Demolition, Brian. I believe that this is the year that Demolition gets in the Hall of Fame. In my personal opinion. Can't go wrong with the Rock and Roll Express. They're still on AEW programming right now. So.
Rock is still doing his entrance.
For him, it's the Executioners or the Bushwhackers. Gotta love the Bushwhackers. Good old Luke and Butch.
The Rocky chants. They love him.
It's got a little gray there going on.
Quite a few, yeah. Oh, got the eyebrow. Got the eyebrow.
And Mike Clark says the Steiner brothers.
He did the Maui Yahoo. A little pebble.
A little pebble. What's on his elbow in the chat? I'm not sure. I'll have to look for that and see what that is. Yes, good catch, Brian. In that back right corner, Hulk Hogan's company is being promoted on the ring apron there.
Yeah, they're just on a multi-year deal.
Yep.
You're going to start seeing him in the ring every Monday night.
As long as we don't get one more match, I'm good with it.
No, right.
Yes, Hulk Hogan just signed a multi-year deal, not as a performer. And there will be some quiet time here. It is People's Champ, The Rock, talking, so we do got to listen. So be a little bit of downtime here. That's okay.
When you think about great partners, you gotta have the right partner. You not only Rollins, WWE. And Rollins is professional wrestling. And they see the bigger picture right now. That's what I don't know. Right, what you got? You're on.
Should probably figure that out beforehand.
Right?
The only one that can get away with saying that.
You know, Netflix made him say that.
And again, thank all 10 of you that are in the chat. We're just listening to The Rock. And Darren, thank you for that question earlier. If you have any other questions, we'll definitely get to them. If not right now, but during the commercial breaks, definitely want this to be as interactive as possible.
Oh. I did not expect that.
Well,
The Rock gave Cody Rhodes his flowers. So he did a great job carrying the company.
Cody's in the crowd. That's interesting.
Well, he's medically uncleared.
True. Yeah.
I expected him near the announcer's desk, not in the audience.
How old is The Rock? I believe 54, but I can be wrong.
Gotta throw it in there, Rock. The Rock acknowledged Roman Reigns.
Acknowledging, okay. I did not expect him to come out
Yeah,
as
got some mixed
corporate
booze.
Rock. This is corporate Rock.
This is corporate Rock, and we're getting some booze. Oh,
Oh.
got some OTC chants. Okay.
OTC. Okay, I thought it was a Boo Chan as well, but it is OTC.
Wow.
But yeah, I think in his early 50s, but I could be wrong. But if I had to guess, it'd be in the 51 to 54 range.
It's going full Maui.
Does make sense though too that he would be on. I mean, they want to get new eyes on the product, and someone sees The Rock on their TV, they're going to keep the channel on for a little bit. So
Yeah. Show a friendly, familiar face.
and he agrees. He thinks between 51 and 53. Tribute to Maui. Yes, that is right.
What the Rock? He's still holding it. This man. He is the entertainer, man. He is a true entertainer. With every fiber, every cell in his body.
He can't not.
They're finishing the chant for him. They're chanting for him.
Those of you that remember him, his debut as Rocky Maivia, I don't know who realized that the guy had much more talent in him than they were doing with that, but kudos.
This is a new Rock that we're getting. This isn't the same Rock that was out ready for titles, ready for the tribal chief Ulufala.
And this was more of an introduction to the product. Thank you. I don't believe this will be the last that we see of him tonight, but if it is, It's interesting that they went that route. Interesting that we're getting a hug right now between Cody and The Rock. So yeah, definitely did not see that coming.
He might be climbing over and sitting with his family.
Right? Yep. Mike mentioned there was always the best matches between the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian. Absolutely.
I think that's also why I say Hardy Boys, because I was watching a lot of those clips this past week when they did like the WWE had like the Raw rewind and they showed a bunch of old clips. So I watched a lot of clips of Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys too.
The Dudley Boys. And I think they had two separate triple threat matches, which both were outstanding. And so we're getting Sikoa versus Roman Reigns as the opening match on this episode. A WrestleMania-worthy match is happening first on live on Monday Night Raw tonight. That is amazing. Fun fact as well, this is the first televised match for Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw in 4 years. So that is in itself. We all knew Roman Reigns did not show up very often on the product, but his actual last match was over 4 years ago, which is pretty crazy. Yes, we are getting so Seth Rollins and CM Punk in the main event. Speaking of not performing in a while, it has been just over 4,000 days. 4,000 days since CM Punk's last match on Monday Night Raw. That, again, is insane. Maybe AJ will be about. We all wish till we see it. I'm hoping it's at the Royal Rumble. I mean, it could be tonight. It should be tonight, but I do feel like we'll see her eventually. But I've been saying that for years now. So
yeah.
They're about to find a way for a loss, but they check both guys to further the storyline. Yeah, this is tough right now because Solo's going to take another loss here, but I can't envision a world where Roman Reigns comes out on top unless there's some funkiness going on with Paul Heyman. What are your thoughts, Tevin, on Paul Heyman involvement tonight? Do you think you got a clean finish, or is there some shenanigans with Paul or somebody else?
With Paul, I think we might see Paul. Because honestly, the Solo Sikoa that we've seen the past couple months, he pinned Roman clean in a previous match. He pinned Cody Rhodes. We honestly might see Roman Reigns get close to being pinned, but Paul Heyman might come out at the end, maybe try to do this like crying and pleading thing.
Right.
The Rock, I didn't see The Rock walk backstage. I think he's sitting right behind the announcers with his family. So he could directly influence this match too. Because he said he's going to be watching it.
Yeah.
He said he already acknowledged Roman Reigns. He said he's the OTC. I think it's just a matter of. Oh, speaking of, Paul Heyman's walking out with Roman. Right.
I did get a mention that there is a little bit of echoing going on. If you do hear that, let us know. I'm going to try muting when I'm not speaking. But let us know in the chat if you are hearing any kind of echoing. We'll make sure we correct that. But thanks for the heads up on that.
Yeah, if Roman loses, other than The Rock coming out and trying to pull his High Chief card and force Solo to get, I don't see how the story can continue after that.
Yeah, I know you mentioned the chat, so it might not be a popular opinion. Feel like I've seen this match many times. So actually, this is the very first match, one-on-one match between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. So they've never had an actual one-on-one match before. They've been in tag team matches and 4-on-4 matches, but in terms of one-on-one, this is the very first time. So hopefully they make it interesting. We shall see.
Mike, how do you feel about the different color on the ring mat? On SmackDown, they had a blue cover, and now on Raw, we're seeing the black cover mat with the different sponsors on it.
Yeah, no, great. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm not opposed to it. I understand, having partners, and it's interesting. I didn't see the Prime logo in there, which is interesting. But I'm happy that we're not seeing a red mat in the ring. I'm not hating the SmackDown blue mat, but I don't think that we need to do. That was one of the issues I had with the Raw and SmackDown championships. I thought they looked terrible. The red and the blue belts just were not aesthetically pleasing. But I'm okay with the black color. I think it's a nice little twist, because you don't have to, even though it's Monday Night Raw, we don't have to have red everywhere.
No,
it'll be okay. So I'm okay with it. I knew when we saw the first one, which was Amazon Prime, the Amazon logo in the ring, that we would start seeing logos around or all around the mat. I knew we weren't just getting the one. That was just the start. But. And Mom's in the chat. She don't probably know what's going on the show, but she's here supporting and giving the thumbs up. So that's all we need. I appreciate that. The crowd right now, 100% behind Roman Reigns. And right now, Tevin, call it as you see it. Right before the bell rings, what's your prediction for the outcome of this match?
I feel like it has to be Roman. If I'm choosing one or the other, it has to be Roman.
It has to be Roman. I don't know what that means for Solo beyond that.
There's like 50 of the NOIs just running around. I can see him slipping away, building them up, and then coming back with the arm.
Yeah, and unless something like we talked about, like you mentioned, unless something wonky with The Rock happens here. It always seems to be a Macho Man Randy Savage fan in the crowd. Props to that guy.
Always. There's always people dressed up as the Macho Man. I love it.
And if you guys in the chat wouldn't mind, just someone letting us know if that echo has gotten better or not, so we can make any adjustments.
Paul Heyman taking the mic to do Roman's introduction. My name is Paul Heyman.
Oh, his name? We're gonna. Does seem like even the referee's a little bit different. Got a different shirt on there.
Yeah, it's like a navy blue, like a dark gray.
I think he wants to be a ring announcer so bad. I'll allow it. Go ahead. Go for it. When I see Paul Heyman with that announcement in his face, I think of Newman from Seinfeld when he would just.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, cool. It sounds better. Okay. Thank you. And Brian, if you're still with us here in the chat as well, I know you also now does Solo Sikoa know that you also have a Lufala at your place, or should I have not said that out loud? But
yeah, did we not get you up there to be in the match right now?
So what we're saying is they're fighting for the replica. Because Brian Anderson, you own the one true authentic Lufala.
Yes.
And the crowd chanting their kind sentiments towards Solo Sikoa right now. Now entering the house. That was my backyard wrestling ring name. Maneuver was I would do something dastardly and I would have my feet on the rope for the pin.
Love that move.
They acknowledge you. Yes.
Yes, Brian is the true tribal chief.
Yes, and Brian and Eileen both here in the chat with that Commanders versus Bucks game next Sunday night. So one of you will be happy, the other one not so much. I'm going to take this opportunity here. We just went to our first commercial break, and I was told that the commercial breaks will not be as long. But I want to do a shout out to our sponsor, Nashville Tax Solutions and Christopher Bennett. You know, in the heart of Palm Bay, Florida, where the ocean meets the sky, there's a place where tax worries meet their end. Whether you need to file years of missing returns, a current year return, or you need relief from tax lien or levy, Nashville Tax Solutions has the solution for you. Your trusted partner in the tax resolution industry. They understand the stress and the confusion that tax problems can bring. That's why we're here to offer clarity, relief, and peace of mind. Their expert team of tax professionals are dedicated to providing personalized solutions tailored to your unique situation. Nashville Tax Solutions saved me from a financial nightmare. They're not just experts in tax resolution, they're compassionate too. So don't let tax problems weigh you down. Contact Nashville Tax Solutions today and let them guide you toward a brighter financial future. Their phone number, 615-502-2250. Check out their website, NashvilleTaxSolutions.com, or send them an email to info@NashvilleTaxSolutions.com. Nashville Tax Solutions, where tax resolution is achieved. And it is the beginning of the year, so before you know it, we'll have that need to file those tax returns. So go ahead, get that contact information down now, and you'll want to go through Nashville Tax Solutions if you have any needs. But again, thank you, Christopher Bennett, for believing in us, partnering with us. Miguel Miranda, we see you here in the chat with the DAP. We appreciate you. But Chris, just thank you for everything, and I hope you had an awesome time yesterday, my brother, at the Buccaneers playoff clinching win against the New Orleans Saints yesterday. So hopefully, I'm sure you'll be there next Sunday evening watching the game. So I'm excited for you, and keep me posted on how that goes. Oh, no football talk. It is commercial break, so it should be okay.
We could talk about football. I mean, The Rock played football. Roman played football. I mean, if you look at it, half the WWE roster played football at some point.
And you said the echo is bad again. That is interesting. We are allowed football talk during commercial, but what it is. Miguel and Eileen, Brian, you guys still hearing the echo? Let me know. It's okay. It's our first one. We'll get it right. The Rock does look like, he definitely does not look his age at all. Maybe he has a little bit of the gray facial hair there. But.
All right, we got our opening bell.
Opening bell, and this match is brought to you by. Okay, good on your end. There are so many logos in that ring, but
Got the Fortnite logo right in the middle.
yeah, Fortnite has replaced it, the Prime. Now, interesting choice though. You think Tevin with Paul Heyman being selected to hold the Ulafala here instead of, I don't know, anyone else from his own group there?
No, I think it's a smart choice because Soul's the one that said, leave your bloodline behind, I'll leave my bloodline behind. So that would just go back on his word right there. Also, I think because he made that deal with Paul Heyman saying that if I win, you're going to be my wise man. And so I think that speaks to Solo and his confidence in the match tonight. That he genuinely thinks he's going to win. He's saying, here you go, wise man, you hold this because you're going to get right back to me.
Yes, we had about the Ravens guy that got the interception. He was every bit of 355. But he had a little hustle, a little speed to his step. Remind me a little Bronson Reed there when he sprinted across that field. Miguel, yes, give it up for the big boys. I know you are, I believe, a Dallas fan, if I'm correct. Sorry about their season. They did better than my Panthers. So.
Mike, look at that announce table. That does not look like a normal announce table.
It does not. It's unique.
I'm surprised.
Looks like it would hurt a little bit extra.
It does.
I know someone's getting put. I don't know if anyone's gonna get put through that. They probably spent a lot of money on those tables. So.
And that table looks a lot more sturdy than what we're used to. I don't think anybody's going to do that.
No, not so much.
You can see all the lights in between the chairs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a nice red globe going through right now. That's
and those of you, we are in separation until Jerry sells. Those of you watching too, one of the unique things about Raw on Netflix, Tevin, too, is that this is yes, we had the Mike Tyson fight. We had one or two other things, but this is the very first in any professional sport weekly episodic recurring program. We had the football on Christmas as a one-time thing, but this is that's why this is such a big deal. Not just new viewers, but it's setting a precedent that who knows, a couple of years from now, could we see NHL, NBA, MLB, as a weekly. I know Apple does their Friday night games, which the commentating on that is terrible, but I don't want to get into that. I don't want to yell at the clouds right now. But so that's why this is such a historic night to have a weekly episodic show on Netflix live streaming. No glitches yet either on the Netflix side. Shout out.
They're doing good.
Mike Tyson, we were about 15 glitches in by now.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're seeing a different Solo this year. The past couple of months, because he had accounted for every one of Cody's moves. He has accounted for every one of Roman's moves. He's really been a student of the game.
Yeah, he really has. And I know he's not, a lot of times, he doesn't get the respect, but think about some of the pins that he's had. He's had a couple losses, yes. Oh, and
I was wrong, guys. Solo started with the announce table. He took the cover off already, threw Roman over it.
Yeah, that really looked like it hurt. And the Shoemaker's in the house. Hello, Robert. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing, Rob?
And we just saw, he did not go through the table. He hit the side. Ouch.
Uh-oh.
Bang right off the skull. Yes. And Jesus, thanks for joining us. No winners yet. We're actually on our first match right now. We are on Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns for the right to be the tribal chief. There was some pomp and circumstance in the beginning and some video packages and things like that. So this is still actually the opening match. No results just yet, but we'll get them posted throughout the show as they come in. Where is Jacob? I'm sure he's somewhere now.
Hiding somewhere.
I think there's zero chance we do not see the other.
But then the question is, do we see the Usos? Because Jey does have a match later on against Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, Jey does have a match against Drew McIntyre, so. Tribal combat. Now, one common thing, and Eileen and I would joke about this all the time about the steel steps, but they always say the 100-pound steel steps. I feel like it's more like 12, but whatever.
It may be like 30.
Maybe 30. What the heck is Paul doing? I don't think Paul ever knows what Paul is doing.
I need Paul Heyman's workout plan. For him to stand there like this the entire match, my arms would be tired. I don't know how he's doing it. I love you, Solo. Yes, Brian. Yes.
Yeet. Yes. Yeet is correct. Now,
we're gonna be later.
Jimmy Uso went from his no Yeet shirt to just having like an Uso shirt, right? Or Usi shirt. I don't. Yeah. So we're on our second commercial break here. Oh yeah. So, any guys that you guys are watching while we're on our second commercial break, do you have any thoughts on what you would like? Any other surprises that you might see tonight? Any other people that you're expecting to see tonight? We have gotten John Cena already confirmed, so that wouldn't necessarily be a surprise. But anyone else that you either hope to see tonight or you believe that we'll be seeing tonight? Bring. Well,
We were just talking about that
we were
before the
just
stream
talking-
too.
I gotta share this story now with the live those that are watching. Bring back the Ultimate Warrior. So, my wife and I, we actually got the opportunity to see the Ultimate Warrior get inducted to the Hall of Fame, and then his untimely passing the following morning, actually. But that later, or I think it was 2 years later, when Saudi Arabia came in and started promoting or had the partnership with WWE, they had 2 events per year, and their very first show, one of their initial requests to WWE was that they wanted the Ultimate Warrior to perform on that first Saudi Arabia show. Only problem is that Ultimate Warrior had passed away 2 years already. So they were so excited about the product, they signed I think it was a $5 billion 10-year contract to bring WWE programming to Saudi Arabia, and wanted somebody who had passed away 2 years prior. So kind of hilarious if you think about that. But yes, Warrior was something else. He relatively short WWE career, but he made an impact for sure. So yes, OMG.
That's
Lesnar's name keeps getting brought up. You know, I thought, I don't know, what are your thoughts, Tevin, on Brock? Because I feel like I could live without him. I mean, he does bring animosity when he comes out there, but I don't know.
I don't think we need him.
Yeah.
I think the new talent that they have coming in, they can keep the brand going. I will say Triple H, we've seen it with other legends. He's been getting them legend deals. They come out, they've been in the ring, they're doing like other things like developmental with NXT and things like that. I'll say I wouldn't be surprised if he came back. I'm not asking for him back.
Yeah, it would be an added, okay, cool, but I usually when Brock comes back at the expense, some other much more deserving talent get the short end of the stick. Kofi Mania was running wild, and then unfortunately Brock beat him in like 11 seconds.
Yeah, that was.
And Eileen mentioned she will quit. I'm not sure what you're going to quit, maybe as my moderator, so please don't. But yeah, I think we can deal without Lesnar. And Robert mentioned Netflix premiere of Raw is hot, by far surpassing all expectations. Excitement, the experience at the start is how I remember feeling when I was little. Definitely the start of new heights for WWE, for sure. And Brian agrees with you, Tevin. He says he agrees that they do not need Brock Lesnar.
Oh my! And like this, talking about the storytelling. Solo was just in Roman's ear, screaming at him, saying, "I've loved you. I've always loved you." And then he goes to put a steel chair on his head as he's about to run across the ring and smack him.
Yeah. And those two that may not have been following along with the story, the winner of this match is the true tribal chief, and the loser has to acknowledge the other. So that's another added element to this match. So. Are you a fan, Tevin, of Pat McAfee on commentary? I was just really getting into the new commentary team on Monday. I'm a big fan of Wade Barrett.
I love Wade Barrett.
And
that small tension that they did with him and Drew McIntyre, I thought that.
Yeah.
I just added so much more tension to the story already.
Yeah. Now, I know Joe Tessitore and Wade were on the pre-show and the post-show, so I'm glad they're still there. I believe they're both going to be on SmackDown moving forward, but I really think Joe was really getting into his own, and I understand the appeal of Pat McAfee. I'm not upset about it. It's just unfortunate it had to come at their expense.
I understand that, but at the same time, like, I love Pat McAfee. He does, yeah. He's like the typical fan. Like, he just says it like it is. He just reacts, just like how we're reacting right now. Because he's just there. He's just front row. He has the front row seats.
And one of my favorite people on the planet, Heather, has joined us as well. Heather Laraquente, thank you for joining us. I know you may not be a diehard wrestling fan, but you're here and we appreciate it. We're going to have fun anyway. And Heather, just to catch you up to speed, Tevin and I, we are watching the premiere episode live on Netflix, so you can watch along with us on Netflix, but we're not allowed due to YouTube rules to show you the actual stream or the show right now, but we're live reacting to what we see. And it was just
oh my gosh. Solo with a rock bottom to Roman on 2 steel chairs. And I love Paul Heyman as a wise man because you can see him like in the background He's acting like he's getting hit. Like when Roman got the low blow, like Paul Heyman like clenched up.
It says, do you suspect, Rob asked, do you suspect that they will have a surprising special wrestler show up that no one would be expecting?
I mean, we have 3 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours.
3 hours. They do want to promote some of their own talent. We're still on our first match, almost 45 minutes in. I do believe that we'll see Hulk Hogan tonight.
Even if it's backstage, I think we'll see him. I think we'll probably see at least one other legend. And as far as wrestlers, I know they've been hinting at Penta. He's another.
I do believe we'll see Penta tonight. And I'll throw another name at you. I believe, I have not read this, but I believe we'll also see the Dead Man, the Undertaker. I believe will also be making an appearance tonight as well. Hopefully not for another WrestleMania match. No offense, Undertaker, but it was great while it lasted. And just a quick shout out: we have the most people in a live stream that I've had on this channel right now, so that is outstanding. Thank you guys. Even though it's wrestling, you're still here, so thank you. This happened last night with Kim as well, Kim Curry, and so really appreciate you being here and having fun with us. And just give it a try, even if maybe it's not your thing, maybe wrestling has never been your thing. Maybe you watched it when Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage were on, and maybe you watched it with The Rock and Stone Cold and you want to get back into it. I can tell you with all sincerity, as good now as it was back in the late 90s without all the gratuitous stuff, the bad language, all that. It's just storylines are much better and a lot more investment under Triple H's direction. So, yes, a sneak attack, Heather. You called that right.
I love the Roman that came back, because this Roman is a different Roman. He's not just, he's added to his moveset. He's doing different things. He's getting a little bit more acrobatic. We've seen him with the drop kick there. I've seen him go off the top rope before. I'm excited to see Roman in the ring now, because he's doing a lot of different things, but it's still the same Roman that we get. Ooh, I was going for the kendo stick.
That was a shot.
That's my favorite weapon in WWE.
Yes. We have another request to get the table.
Get the table. One lore that I wish that the WWE would stick to is that you don't aim for Samoan's head.
Yes. Yeah. So true.
Because there's like this secret, this lore where it's like if you hit a Samoan in the head, like you're not doing anything. Like they have like steel heads. When you have two Samoans against each other, it's like, okay, what happens then?
Right? That's a great point. Heather's getting into the action. So quick just to catch you up, backstory on this match, Heather, and anyone else that just joined in. So the one on the left there is Solo Sikoa, the one that's climbing the turnbuckle. The other is Roman Reigns. This is for tribal combat. The winner of this match is the true tribal chief. Their lineage, family history has gone back many years. So this is a big deal. First time ever match between the two right here on Netflix. So.
Yeah, taking the family, like these are like legit cousins. Like Roman is like the first cousin of Solo Sikoa's dad. And so like technically like Roman is Solo's like elder, like his senior.
Yes, that is correct. And he just got through the table.
That quick? Okay, there we go. There we go.
Oh, Tama Tonga, almost at 3 counts.
Almost at 3 count. I was waiting for it, but there's no way. That match can't end that soon.
Yes. A shout out to the cameraman. Did not see that coming.
Right? That was a good angle. One thing that I would like to see though is for WWE to get smart and just have like a second referee always on standby.
Yes.
Like just have them sit ringside all the time.
Like in a little penalty box. Just have them ready to go. Oh, that is Jacob Fatu.
The Samoan werewolf.
Probably the next big star in the company. This guy, we haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Oh my gosh.
Paul Heyman looks bewildered over there. Wow.
Oh my gosh. The athleticism of this man.
I'm trying to tie my shoe and I hurt myself. I don't know how that big man just did that. He's also not in his 40s either. But Paul Heyman he's just had this shock and awe look for about.
All right. Is Paul Heyman going to pull him out? Oh, Roman kicked out. Okay.
You never know how many people actually like wrestling until you start talking to your friends and coworkers. When I talked about going to WrestleMania in Tampa, found another 4 or 5 coworkers too. Yes, that's exactly it.
That's happened with us. That's
Yeah,
happened
that's
with
us. We only chatted and knew each other for like 6 years before we finally somehow mentioned WWE, and it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, Jacob Fatu's getting mad at the ref now.
Yes, Robert, where is Jey and Jimmy? I'm sure they're not too far behind, but as talked about, Jey has a big match later tonight against Drew McIntyre.
They're just going for complete carnage at this point. Solo, Samoan Spike, the referee, toss him out of the ring. And Jey and Jimmy, that's what I'm saying. Jey Uso does have.
Oh, and Sami Zayn.
Okay, Sami's coming out. I'm saying we're going to see Sami and Jimmy. Yeah.
Yep.
Because Jey Uso does have a match later against Drew McIntyre. And for Jey, it would be too much for him to come out, be part of Tribal Combat, and then try to battle Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is a totally different beast.
Yes, Mike, I definitely remember the weather at WrestleMania that week. We were so excited to go. And right after the intro, got poured on and they had to restart the show. Never forget that. Oh, No Mercy is right, Heather. What a boot.
Helluva.
What a spear. What a spear. They got excited, but there's no referee in the ring.
Yeah, why didn't they just run out with a ref?
Oh.
There we go.
What a...
See, story-wise, I'm glad that he kicked out.
Yes.
Because honestly, Roman needs to do this for Roman. Like, he needs to get Jimmy, he needs to get Sami out of the ring. Roman needs to go at Solo, and Roman needs to pin Solo by himself.
You gotta love. You talked about how you do. Look at both commentators are on their feet, excited, and this is the first Netflix "This Is Awesome" chant.
We got it.
You know what? Some popcorn. I got the popcorn ready now.
Yeah, we got.
The ref went to the bathroom. Apparently, I don't know.
Oh no, the first ref got Samoan spiked, and he got thrown out of the ring. He's still on the bottom right there. Oh my gosh, Kevin Owens.
That was perfectly timed.
Rob, you called it. A very special surprise wrestler. Kevin Owens with the stunner.
Oh, Kevin's going to have a coronary. He appeared out of nowhere.
Triple H, Paul Levesque.
Wow.
You are doing your thing, man.
I mean, Cody was right behind the barrier earlier. I don't know what he's doing right now. Macho Man, get in the ring. What are you doing?
All right. There we go.
We got to play his music. He was just at ringside. Is this the Royal Rumble or a one-on-one match between Solo
like WrestleMania all over again? Cody Cutter. This man is not medically cleared to wrestle. And he just pulled off a Cody Cutter in a full wrestling.
Right? With the "This Is Awesome" chance, Rob, I saw your comment. I think it's just the fans' way of letting the performers know that they're doing a good job. Yes, it'd be nice to hear something different. Sometimes we do. I hear like "Fight Forever" or other things like that. I appreciate, but I think that won't ever go away, unfortunately, because I think they like to let the performers know that they're doing a good job. Spear number 2.
There we go. Roman's getting hype. I love when he hits the ropes.
Superman punch should be on its way. Out of nowhere, yes, Randy Orton.
We're
MIA.
We're gonna spear. Ooh, wow. There we go. See, this is what we needed, a clean one-on-one.
Yes. Clean one-on-one. Roman Reigns with the win.
I was about to say, now we got to watch SmackDown, but actually, I think Roman will be on Raw next week.
Right? Yep.
So now when we watch it, we got to see what's going to happen with the rest of the bloodline.
And we have our Raw results so far. Roman Reigns defeating Solo Sikoa right there on the ticker at the bottom.
1-for-1 so far on my predictions.
That match took up 54 minutes. And this is a big moment here right now. He's getting the Ulafala back. Maybe.
Paul Heyman, they need to put that man on like Love and the Restless, Building the Beautiful. That man's acting, like his face.
Right?
Like the amount of empathy that he has for Roman Reigns in this moment.
Oh, there is a Rock walking to the ring right now.
Now, this can be big.
Roman has not yet received the Ulafala. Remember from Bad Blood, The Rock made a hand gesture that doesn't match the way he was earlier on in the show. So this will be interesting. Yes, Rob, about the ending of that WrestleMania. Did feel like the same kind of thing where everybody just came out there to get their moment. This is very interesting.
I feel like if what we saw from The Rock earlier is still the same Rock we're seeing right now, he's either going to throw up the one, acknowledge him, present him with the Ulafala himself from chief to chief. Yep. You might see it.
Solo has not yet acknowledged Roman Reigns. Will we see it? Will we see? Let's see.
Oh my God. She could put it on himself too, because he technically is a high chief.
I feel like he's gonna take it. I don't feel like he's gonna.
Okay.
Fast.
There we go. From one chief to another.
The respect for now. Again, the facial features of Paul Heyman back there. Passing the torch, Edwin says. Possibly. Or is this a rock bottom? Let's find out.
Little peck on the cheek. I think this is a new Rock we're seeing, folks. This is a new Rock.
And he is turning his back. Yes, Roman did get the win, Jesus. We're all just kind of waiting to see if something else is going to happen here.
I'm like holding my breath until The Rock gets out of the ring. Because you never know with that man.
It is awkward to see fan favorite Rock right now after what we saw last year, but it is good that Roman gets his moment. The drum roll here.
He's shaking his head, giving him a nod of approval. Nodding to the wise man.
Uh-oh. I mean, if there was a time to set up a Rock Roman WrestleMania.
You gotta see what both the ones that acknowledge Roman Reigns.
Okay. Well.
That concludes this saga of Roman and
Not sure where we go from here.
Solo. CM Punk stretching it out right now. Honestly, I do think that with the abundant amount of family that they have, that Solo's gonna go get an army and come back.
Yep, and if he had The Rock on his side, it would be a little bit of a better army, but he does have other people at his disposal, so that was good to me.
They got plenty of cousins, nephews, brothers out there running around. Especially if you start pulling on all the Tongas too, as well as the Samoans. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, definitely. Body slam on the table. and still 13, 14 of you guys here in the chat with us. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. Again, smash the like button, like smash it hard. That helps us out here on the channel. Also subscribe if you have not subscribed. We are trying to get to 1,600 subscribers. We are very close right now. I believe we are just 6 or 7 subscribers away. Yep, just got 2 more subscribers, so 6 subscribers away from 1,600. So appreciate that very much. Again, not even 10 months into this, just on month number 9. So just having a great time. Hope you are enjoying this and watching along with us. And proud to be trying something new tonight, so I appreciate it. Yes, Eileen, we really do like the Yeet shirt. When Jimmy and Jey were feuding, brother Jimmy had the No Yeet shirt, and then Jey had the Yeet shirt. So now that they're back on the same page, so they both have the Yeet. And it did seem like shorter commercials tonight, which is nice. Times on USA Network, we get a 2.5, 3 minute commercial, and they come back for like 2 minutes and then go right back to the commercials again.
Yeah.
So, but we are 1 hour in and 1 match. So there's a lot to still come here tonight. Again, those of you that may not know, we have the big main event, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. We have Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso, big grudge match tonight. We also have the Raw Women's Championship, as we have Ria Ripley challenging Liv Morgan for that championship. John Cena's final year, he will be on live tonight. He will be there for his farewell tour, and so much more to come. We believe they still have the New Day versus Rey Mysterio and a tag team partner.
Yep, they did tease that last week.
Yep, they did tease that. We believe we know who the partner is, although not quite sure, because he does have 3 other team members. You would think he would choose one of them 3, but we'll see.
This is Raw live on Netflix, so
yeah,
I already don't know what's gonna happen.
Right? And the cat's out of the bag. Pentagon is available. He's been teased and vignettes the last 4 weeks, so hopefully he's done well tonight. I'm not sure if he's going to be in a tag team or be given, but Miguel, yes, you gotta have some popcorn.
Yep.
But probably
we all jumping up.
And do you think that they subliminally sowed seeds of Rock versus Roman? I think there's something to, people could be the people maybe on Twitter or X could be upset that nothing happened there, but could we just acknowledge and enjoy that moment? Like, we got to see Roman Reigns get the Ulafala back. That didn't have to be the moment of a turn there. So I think you're right. I think that is planting a seed. You have WrestleMania in just 3 months away. So they have to be starting to promote for that. So I don't believe this is the last by far. But again, we'll see what happens. Still have Jacob Fatu out there. I think he's the next big star. Eventually will take over the faction as well. So we shall see.
Penta. Is he coming out already?
Okay. Oh, that is not. Now, it did say next week, are we getting Justice? Is that all we're getting for Penta? But they did just officially show Penta's name on the show, that he is signed with WWE. Those that may not know, he was with All Elite Wrestling since its inception, but some backstage politics and some injuries, so he was held with a contract there. He had to wait it out. He was not released early from his contract, and there was injury time added on. So he's finally a free agent, skipping over NXT, coming from All Elite Wrestling straight to the main roster in WWE. If that didn't sum it there. Yeah.
Wow, we're getting, looks like next year we're going to get Royal Rumble a little bit earlier. It said January 2026.
Yeah, this year is the first February Royal Rumble. I will not be attending the Royal Rumble in person next year in Saudi Arabia, but I will be watching at 11 o'clock in the morning because one of the features with this new Netflix and premium live event shows is that whatever time it is there, we're getting to watch it here at our approximate time. So we're not going to always get the 7 p.m. start time for pay-per-view. So. Do the different companies wrestle each other or only? No. So good question. So WWE only wrestles their own talent. They have a Monday Night Raw roster and a SmackDown roster. All Elite Wrestling, they just wrestle their own people, but they do All Elite Wrestling because they're more of an independent promotion. They do allow their talent to wrestle in a lot of different small independent promotions throughout the United States, even with New Japan Pro Wrestling. So the WWE are exclusive to that brand.
Well, even Mike, I would say an NXT. That's kind of WWE's like experimental brand, like developmental.
Yes.
They did have Joe Hendry, who I think is an independent, but he also does some stuff with TNA. And then they also have Ethan Page, who was kind of back and forth a little bit, and then now he's officially on that roster.
Yes. There's quite a few there.
Oh my god.
Those guys, that was their only TV time.
Only TV time. All the SmackDown and NXT stars. Got Fluffy there.
Ashton Kutcher. We're getting a pan around the crowd of all the celebrities that are in there. You know some of these people.
Yeah, we got Michael Shea from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, wow. The Rey Mysterio.
Next to LA Knight. Showing love to Eddie Guerrero. Love the shirt.
I do like that some of the SmackDown stars, there's the War Raiders. I love that they're called the War Raiders again, not the Viking Raiders. But I love the fact that they get to sit in the crowd there like that. That's cool. Whale. Okay, I had no idea who Whale is, but oh yes, I did. Okay.
Oh, okay. Like I recognized the face, I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said get him his own screen time because he was just in the Rey Mysterio shot.
I was about to say, yeah, he was just right there.
Now I wonder at this point, do they go back to the locker room? Like, do they take someone else's seat away, or
Right? John Cena.
John Cena.
Oh my! 1 hour into the Monday Night Raw, live on Netflix, we get John Cena.
Starting off each hour with a Attitude Era star. Oh, yes. I'll be right back. Technical.
Like, no, we're good. Right? Alright. Technical difficulty averted.
Usually you have to.
The projector turned off and turned back on, but we're good.
Yeah, if it happens again, I'll move it. Okay.
Oh, there we go, Mike.
All right, we're back.
There we go. Run those ropes, John.
Yes, already they're pulling out all the stops. John Cena's here.
See, John Cena is such a humble guy, too. I know he's going to take whatever they give him. But
Yeah, I don't think
I want him to call somebody out.
Yeah, he's not back for the champ. Yes, he's one title away from breaking the record. He's not. I don't think he's back for the championships. I think he's back. Yes, he'll probably compete in Royal Rumble.
He's in Royal Rumble. That's confirmed.
Oh wow, that was cool. But I think he just wants to pay his respects to the fans, visit some cities, some towns, and
yeah, that's what he wants to do. But all the fans want him to win. They want him to come out. They want him to win championships.
Yep. Heather had asked, who is everyone's favorite wrestler? Oof.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Always got to say Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels was the best. He's never someone that really went to Hollywood, but inside the ring, he was the best to do it. Our break kid Shawn Michaels for sure as well. Anybody else have their top favorite wrestler of all time? Go ahead and throw that in the chat. But we both agree on that one. Shawn Michaels is number one. He was special.
The thank you Cena chants.
John Cena is in the ring. The Rock, Brian Anderson says The Rock.
The thing with John Cena is that you never know when he's going to wrestle or not. Because he
Right.
always looks like he's wearing street clothes. Like other wrestlers, you can tell. Like, when Seth Rollins always has something like fancy on. Cody Rhodes always has like a suit on. John Cena just always has on like a t-shirt, his sweatbands.
Yeah, you just never know. And he looks ripped right now. Like it definitely looks like he's been in the gym here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, he is preparing for a farewell tour.
Some other favorites. Got Stone Cold. Got some Rocks.
When I was a kid, Stone Cold. So Stone Cold was a. Jesus says DX was the best. They even had a Yeti costume made with the DX Chicken logo.
Oh my god.
Miguel's an NWO guy. Stone Cold, NWO guy.
All right, some classics.
They have an LA Knight in there from current stars.
Current. If we're going current, and I get to go to NXT, I'm saying Trick Williams. If you don't know, go to NXT Tuesday nights.
Yeah, if you're not watching NXT on Tuesday nights, you should be. Just got the buffering ring. The Rock gonna beat up the. Oh, I didn't get any buffering yet on my end, so hopefully. MWO, Mexican World Order. Okay. The Blue World Order. If you don't want to beat him. Throws you in the chat too. Who do you think John Cena's first opponent back is going to be? I know there's going to be a whole slew of them. I don't think we'll see him every single week, but I think we're going to see at least 5 to 6 matches, if not more. I think he's going to win in years.
I think we're going to see. Honestly, I think we could see Cena wrestling probably every other week. Maybe at least once a month, because he's giving it everything he's got.
Oh yeah.
He's taking a break from his other shows, all his movies. Like he's fully committing 2025 solely to WWE.
Yeah.
Is he listening to our podcast? John.
He said Luke. You know, a lot of times they say someone comes back, takes the spotlight away. I don't think that about John Cena. We do about Jeff Jarrett on AEW. That was ridiculous that he's making a run for the title at 57 years old. But
I think John, he's talked about it so much on podcasts leading up to this. He doesn't call any shots. He's never asked for any spots. He's never asked for any title shots. He just takes whatever the company gives him.
yep.
Don't do that with John.
That's a lot of days.
Jeez.
Oh, Mike or Heather. Oh, yay, Mark here. So it was the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. So he was in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. But he actually is the head guy in charge of the NXT product, which is the WWE minor league system, that show on Tuesday nights. So Mike's is the Miz. Miz is pretty cool. I always loved on the Miz when everybody else kind of did it, but I wouldn't put him at the top. But I was a big fan of the Miz just because he's been there for so long. I like it. Devon with a great comment. John Cena will win the record-breaking 17th championship at the 17th annual Family Christmas Extravaganza. We'll make it happen. No, so I believe Cena's won 2 Rumbles, right? Or is it 3?
I think 2.
John Cena looks like he's declaring himself in the Rumble, which is my favorite event of the year, the Royal Rumble, always.
The microphone looks so small in his hands. Oh my god. Who's paying for that mic?
Now, I think a very popular opinion, I can definitely, I don't know where the crowd would go, but I can see a John Cena Royal Rumble win number 3. Can't get much big. I mean, you want John Cena's last WrestleMania. He's going to be there the entire year, but can't get much bigger than the Cody Rhodes John Cena WrestleMania match for his final WrestleMania match. But
that's great, but then does he win the IC title? Because that's also one that he hasn't won yet, right?
that is, yeah.
It's the one he hasn't won yet. The one that got away.
Yeah, that would not be opposed to a Braun Breaker John Cena match as well.
That would be something amazing.
Very similar in terms of their tenacity and their see a little bit of Braun in him.
So, Mike, we're seeing a highlight reel of Logan Paul now. What are your thoughts on Logan Paul? I see some boos in the chat.
Yeah, some boos. So the thing with Logan Paul is every match he shows up to, he brings it every single time. This isn't somebody who's, not pronouncing other talents' names properly. He's watching the product, practicing at home. I think he actually has a ring at his place. It's very successful. Obviously, he says some questionable things, of course, but that's what part of the appeal is. All the heat on him.
And I don't know if you caught that. He just said that no more part-time. He's 100% a WWE superstar now.
That is interesting. Yep.
So if he can, and that was one thing. I watched some of his podcasts last year, and he had like different stars on. He had Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio. They always poke fun at him. Hey, when are you gonna come back to work? when are you gonna come back to work? And he did have a baby last year, so he took some time off. But they were like, hey, you're like part-time anyways, like when are you gonna come back? When are you gonna wrestle again? So hearing him say that he's gonna be 100% back,
that is huge, because it's just a big name match. You're gonna run out of big name matches after a while, and to see some weekly episodic stuff with him will be interesting to see if he can continue that. And it looks like we are getting our women's world heavyweight title match right now. Rhea Ripley, the challenger, and Liv Morgan, the champion. It seems like she's had that title for almost a full year. She's been a great champion. Not a lot of depth on the Monday Night roster in terms of main event. There's a lot of women on the roster. But this match right here, I believe, will be the final culmination of this feud. It's been going on a really long time, and I think this is the best way to end it. Predictions, Tevin, I believe we do see a title change here. Definitely a fan of Liv Morgan, but I think the opportunity here for Rhea Ripley to get that title, I think they have to take it.
Yeah, Rhea's so over at this point. Like, she has to win it. After you're like, oh my gosh, these two.
Yes, she is such a brat. And as I see Liv too, I think it's been a really long time since we've seen Alexa Bliss, so I think that Royal Rumble would be an awesome time to see her return to the ring, because it's been a very long time for Alexa Bliss. I think over 2 years now. I know she had a child, but it looks like they're going to cut to commercial break before
Rhea comes out.
Yeah.
Tippy time.
Himself. What do you think of SmackDown, Tevin, this past week? I don't always get to watch that show, but I was able to watch the entire program this week, and 3-hour SmackDown. For the time being, it's going to be 3 hours. I think I heard they're going to go back to 2. But what are your thoughts on SmackDown this week?
It was good. I was impressed with it last week. I always love seeing Tiffany run out and the crowd start chanting. It's like, do it! And then she's like, should I do it? They're like, do it! That, for me, was, I know it was the main event. That was a highlight right there. She finally won the title. Finally cashed in. Now I'm excited to go back next week and say, okay, or this week and say, hey, what's going to happen? Like, Nia Jax is not going to be happy. She's probably going to declare her rematch.
Yeah, you'll probably see a little bit of.
We don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of Candice LeRae, a little bit of Nia Jax. I mean, she also took out the fan favorites, Naomi and Bianca Belair as well. So, and one thing I did see is it said that she's not necessarily on the WWE's internal roster as a fan favorite yet. So she's still considered a bad guy or a heel. That's what a bad guy in the wrestling industry is called. So it'd be interesting to see which way they go. I don't think you always have to be with one or the other. I think Braun Breaker comes to mind. Sometimes I feel like he's cheered, and some nights he feels like he's booed. I think you let the crowd just make that determination sometimes.
Yeah, at that point. That's how it felt with like Kevin Owens too.
Yeah.
It's like he does something bad, he attacks somebody, they boo. Then he's talking on the mic, he says he's the champion, everybody's cheering all of a sudden. I'm like, which one is it?
Yeah, one thing with Kevin Owens is that he is someone that seems to be able to reinvent himself quite a few. And that's one thing that there's a lot of hate right now on Chris Jericho and him still wrestling and him still doing what he's doing. But that is somebody who has reinvented himself time and time and time again. And so I'm always a fan of a guy that don't mind put other people over. So, and we have a few other new people in the chat. Thank you for joining us as well. Appreciate you being here. The Soul Builder Podcast. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. If you would mind, hit that smash, not hit, smash that like button. Better when you smash. So thanks for joining us. And it's hard to believe we are almost halfway. We think we're at the halfway mark. It's going to be a 10-hour show for all we know. But we're almost at the halfway mark already of the first episode of Netflix. We are one match in. Haven't even got the second ring entrance for Rhea yet. So, that card that they promoted, I feel like that might be it. I don't think we're getting surprise matches. I think that's going to be the show and a lot of, some other fillers in between. But
I feel like we might. That New Day one, I feel like we might still get.
And we do have Kim. It's Kim Curious here. Okay. Hi, Kim. Long time no speak. It's been a whole 24 hours. But Kim, again, awesome podcast last night. Such a good time. with myself, you, and Darren. Really thank you for making the time and being on there last evening. It was great, and we really appreciated that. And Kim, we are here, a few of us here. There's Heather still here. Thank you, Devon, Eileen, Miguel, a few others as well. Brian is here. Robert is here. So thank you all for joining us. A few other ones that just jumped on as well. Oh, you're very welcome, Kim. Thank you. And so we are about to, looks like Ria Ripley is about to come to the ring for her entrance here on Monday Night Raw for this title match. If you haven't watched, oh, that's Seth Green. I haven't seen him watch.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay. But if you have not watched a women's wrestling match, maybe at all, or maybe you remember it back in the 90s completely. Oh, it's Chloe Culkin's here. Okay.
That was quite the reveal. I was not expecting him.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Anybody else next to Seth Green? Not much.
And we just saw Ashton Kutcher a little bit ago.
Okay, not surprised he's there.
O'Shea Jackson.
I didn't realize he has his own wrestling podcast.
Macaulay Culkin. Oh, of course.
Oh my gosh, Daniel Fisher.
You know what's funny about that? So they're showing Danielle Fishel Topanga, but right next to her is another co-star, but he's getting no recognition from Boy Meets World.
I mean, well, of course, it's next to Topanga Lawrence.
Yeah.
Focus on Topanga Lawrence.
Topanga has been a lifelong WWE fan, so she's a big Leo Rush person.
The EST.
It's X-Pac. Robert, you were asking some surprises. There's been quite a few of them here in the last couple minutes. Even if they are sitting in the crowd, that still counts. Topanga's here. Where's Corey? Why is Corey's brother here, not Corey Matthews? Boy Meets World, and we will be. I don't have the date yet, but we will be having. Those of you that follow the channel, we had a Seinfeld podcast. I think two separate ones, but we will be having a Boy Meets World podcast coming up in the upcoming weeks. So keep an eye out for that. We're still finalizing the details, but just a great show, and so we're gonna have that coming out for you soon as well. And when you talk female stars popularity in the last decade, I don't think there's one more popular right now than Ria Ripley.
No, she's literally so over that they make 90% of the women's roster literally just run from her when they see her walk out.
Yep. And Robert, you mentioned Boy Meets World, favorite show ever. I believe Mr. Feeney is still 98 years young, still kicking, doing well. But yes, that was a great show. One of my favorites. Top 3. And we were listening to Pat McAfee. He always brings just that element of hypeness, makes everything feel important.
It's so weird that she has like this like dark like persona, like this dark characteristic about her, but she's like the most loved like women wrestler like in the world right now.
Yeah, and one thing, I actually did get to meet her in person in an NXT show, and she's a lot shorter than they make her out on television, but very, very sweet person. And I think she made sure she signed every single autograph at the I think it was at the Melbourne Auditorium.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, Mr. Feeney is the teacher of all teachers. Yes. One thing I always loved about the classroom with Boy Meets World, too, they would have, I know we're going off topic, that's okay, but they would have like these 6 or 7 person classrooms, and if you paid attention, it was always different people, like in the beginning of the episode, and then the kids in the class later in the episode, completely different. It was just like they threw together whoever they could find. But such a great show.
Oh my gosh. I'm excited for this. Because last time we saw them, was it SummerSlam?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And when Rhea dislocated her shoulder and had to ram it into the ring announcer desk and ram it into the ring to try to pop it back into place mid-match and keep going. Oh my gosh. I felt that. That one.
Yeah, that was painful.
That was brutal.
Now we all miss. I was a huge Samantha Irvin fan as a ring announcer, and I feel like she was just scratching the surface. But Alicia Taylor as the new Raw announcer, filling in or taking over for the replacement of Samantha Irvin. I think she's doing a great job.
Michael Cole can't leave Dirty Dominic alone.
The man put in some hard time.
I love the little grudges that the announcers have with different stars. I love it.
It was always this weird Corey Graves and Sasha Banks thing too. I remember Corey always had comments about her. I remember the first 3 or 4 years that Liv Morgan came to the company, she was really just an afterthought, just the third most important person in her own 3-person stable. Mm-hmm. And she's been able to really solidify herself as one of the top stars on the show. Oh, wow. They believe, and that was the match last week, right? Raquel and Ria Ripley?
Yeah.
Yeah. She just threw her like a rag doll. Uh-oh.
Felt her Corona.
They forget to tell a talent that those tables are not breaking. Oh, another commercial break.
That table is not breaking.
That is true, Brian. That 32 minutes in the lockup really did change Dominic Mysterio. It was some hard time. We're actually talking offline earlier about we believe 2025 should be the year Dom gets a singles title of some sort, for sure. Wouldn't even mind letting him see him running the Judgment Day, for sure.
I want to see Dom run it. He's, especially for him, because he's been around it for so long. Mm-hmm. Like traveling with his dad, hearing him talk about it in interviews, like he knows so much about wrestling. His IQ is amazing. In ring, he's great. He can work with anybody. He always takes the fall, always sells it, always takes the finishers, always takes the pinfall. I would love to see Dominic come out on top.
Yeah. And Heather was mentioning about the timing of the commercials. Yeah, I think they'll get that right. They're usually really good about that. I know it'll be a little bit easier on Netflix for them to get the commercials in. On USA Network, it was a challenge because they had to a lot of times you'd be in the main event and cut to 3 different commercial breaks. So it's just one of those things. Apparently, I saw something that if you live in the international market, that in any international country, there are no commercial breaks for whatever reason. We only get them here in the States. So anyone watching overseas right now, you're watching the match as it's still going on, not having to watch the commercial breaks.
What is this commercial?
It isn't a very interesting commercial.
Oh, Brian, yes. Dominic, he will stay in character no matter what the interview is. And he always says the same thing. He always says he loves his chicken tendies. He always talks about his deadbeat dad, how he was never there. Talks about the Judgment Day, whether it's good or bad against certain people. He has like a certain disdain towards them when he talks about them. Dominic is great. That's what I'm saying. He's been so good for so long that I'm ready for him to just finally get that push.
If you think about it with Dominic too, he's that guy where it's like, hey, we need to put somebody over. We need a good opponent. He's a great house show opponent. He really is able to draw the worst out of the crowd in a good way. Those of you that don't know, in the wrestling business, there's heat, which is where the crowd really just despises you. There's heat and there's go away heat. Heat means you're doing your job as a bad guy and you're getting the crowd involved in what you're doing and you're getting them to hate everything that you're doing and want you to be taken out. Then there's the go away heat, which is just get off television. This isn't working for me. This is not entertaining. Dominic is definitely on the heat side. He is somebody who always brings out the best of the crowd and gets them riled up. And so it'll be interesting to see if he ever does get a face or a good guy run down and
Or just let him go full heel. He's already there.
Yeah.
If you don't know, like every time Dominic Mysterio, anytime he brings the microphone like this far away from his mouth, the stadium, they scream so loud that you can't even hear him speaking into the microphone.
Yep. He doesn't even. So a lot of times he doesn't even get the opportunity to speak a single word.
No.
So.
And that's why a lot of his stuff you'll see him like talking backstage where they do it so he can actually say something. But in the ring with a microphone, you will never hear a word out of his mouth.
Nope.
The crowd will not let it happen.
The crowd right now, I believe, it's probably, it's only 2 matches in, an hour and a half into the show. But I'm sure there are 17,000, I was mentioning earlier, 17,000 fans sold out show tonight. I'm sure, to be in that building right now would be amazing.
I mean, just looking like up in the corner of the screen when they zoom out, I don't have a fear of heights, but like I'm getting a little bit wheezy just looking up and seeing how high up all those seats go.
Yeah, I don't know how I would handle that. I don't think I would be coming down for a bathroom break or a concession run. I think if I'm up there, I'm up there until they get me down. I don't think I might not stand for the. It'd be difficult to even stand for the anthem in these kind of arenas for sure. But I would. But. Eileen mentioned Dana Bot. So those of you that might have known Dana Brooke, she tried so hard. She was a women's wrestler for a couple of years in the company, and she just couldn't get through a single match without messing up something, messing up a finish, messing up a top rope jump, something. Always seemed to be behind the 8 ball all the time. She's doing much better in TNA wrestling right now. She's got a new character and everything, and she's doing well. So maybe she's going to turn it around. But she was... I think Ria may kill her. She might just kill her, yes.
She might. And I feel like I'm surprised we didn't see more of emotions play a part in the Solo versus Roman match. I think we're going to see the emotions play a part here. Like, I would not be surprised if Liv wins and Rhea loses, because Rhea just can't let her emotions, she can't set them aside. Especially when she has her old boyfriend Dominic ringside, she has her old best friend Raquel ringside, and then she still has to fight Liv, who stole all those things from her and her title. I don't see Rhea keeping her cool through the entire match.
No, there's going to be some snapping at some point.
Already going for the reverse side of the finisher.
And those watching in the chat, just to make sure we are as live can be, want to make sure that you just seen on our end, we just saw Liv Morgan with a cross DDT off the top rope there. So just making sure we are live as can be, that we're not just a couple minutes behind. So if you guys can comment in the chat. Again, we just saw the Liv Morgan DDT spinning off the top turnbuckle. And I'll be It'll be different when we get the ratings for tonight's show, because on cable, it's a little bit different on streaming. Like, they can provide the numbers, but I'm curious to see if that's something they can figure out, because they could, quite honestly, quadruple their viewership today with this. Yeah, so one time we went to the Amway, and our seats were like double fee or something, like high as I can be, and
Wow.
it's like, nope, I don't have to go to the bathroom, I'm good. And we get all the way up there, and then he had to go to the bathroom, and so we went all the way back down, started climbing, and said, I can go again, and it was just not good. It's not one of those, you don't want to get up and down, you don't want to ever spend that high. Spend the extra few dollars, it's a little bit lower. A 2 count.
Oh my gosh. And Oblivion on top of a steel chair. That's what did it for her back at SummerSlam too. The fact that Rhea kicked out of that.
Yes. Dirty Dom working his magic. That's what he does best. He's got that Eddie Guerrero mentality of cheating, stealing the victory any way he can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Eddie Guerrero,
Classic Three Amigos.
Eileen, you mentioned we might be a little ahead. I believe we're live on our end, but if we're not, no spoilers. No, if we're not, we'll catch up very soon. Right now on our end, Liv is climbing the rope again. So
Giving a little Dom shimmy. The frog splash. I love that.
Liv Morgan is executing all the Eddie Guerrero movesets here.
Straight from her mans.
Hard to believe it's been 20 years of Eddie Guerrero's passing. It's just insane.
I know, right?
Oh boy. Liv's not even trying to like get her to change her mind. She knows.
Oh my gosh.
Huh? How many riptides is it going to take?
2 back-to-back.
And we have a new Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Ria Ripley just defeated Liv Morgan. It's about time. A great storyline, but it's finally come to an end. Are you surprised, Kevin? I believe we saw this come in, right? But a great match, for sure.
It was a great match. I'm not surprised. That's it. I'm not surprised.
Uh-oh, it's Dirty Dom. Do we hear...
Does the title go with Dom? There we go. See, this is what I was waiting for the whole match. I was waiting for some genuine, like,
Yes.
Dirty Dominic tactics.
Dom wants to hug it out. This is going to be the low blow of low blows right here.
Oh my gosh. Why do I feel like that was real? I felt like he got every bit of that. This is what I was talking about earlier, guys. Dominic always takes the bumps. Always takes the finishers. Always.
Yes.
Dominic is always at the butt end of whatever the over superstar is getting.
Rhea Ripley Now, of course, now your mind already goes to WrestleMania big time match. Is that going to be is Io Sky next in line? Is it the returning Charlotte Flair? I hope not. Is it Becky Lynch? Do we see Becky Lynch in a couple seconds, perhaps? Is she going to be back in May?
I can see Becky Lynch coming out, doing like a standoff, just pointing and walking away. But I would love to see Io win a title.
Yeah, Io Royal Rumble win sounds good in my book. Ria Bloody Ripley. Poor Dom. All he wanted was a hug. That's all he wanted was a hug. Did not get that.
And I was gonna say it before Rhea did that, is that Rhea and I think Nia are one of like the few females who can like do decent in the ring against men. Like even just like little spots like this.
Yeah. That is the Undertaker's gong, ladies and gentlemen. That is. Oh, okay. Well,
Is this Hulk Hogan?
nope, this is the bicycle version of the Undertaker.
Oh, the American. Okay.
Okay. Not sure the tie-in here with Rhea Ripley, but okay. The Undertaker is riding his motorcycle around the ring.
That's Mark Calloway right there. Now I wonder, is he gonna do something with Rhea, or did they just hit the music too early?
Right? It does feel like they hit the music too. Someone's a little trigger happy with the button. Oh, okay. Rhea's gonna get. Bring out Kane.
Corporate Kane.
I think Kane is actually still. I think he got reelected as the mayor
Yep.
of a county in Tennessee, so he's at work right now. But Mayor Kane is doing well, doing good things. What up, Mark Quinte? Thanks for joining us. Hope the dogs are okay.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, Kane was Aiden's favorite, and he was also a big.
Kane scared me. Growing up, Kane scared me. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the New Day look down now.
The Dragon League.
Monday Night Raw returning to Madison Square Garden. Wow, that's unusual. Usually they get that big holiday show after Christmas, so
That's going to be a huge show. They always go big at the Garden.
yes, Miguel, believe it or not, Kane is the mayor of Glenn County in Tennessee. It is true. It's true.
And I was looking back because I saw our Truth interview, but actually, was it Glenn Jacobs? So Kane as the mayor pinned our Truth and won the 24/7 championship.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. There's my GM. Now we get AP.
Are we getting Bailey to Raw? Is that what's happening?
I mean, yeah, we need
What's
someone
the
other
dude
than
with
Rhea
the
and Liv.
Socks name? Are you referring to Mick Foley, Mankai, who brought the sock out of his shorts, Mr. Saka?
Mr. Saki.
And speaking of, yes.
Why does he want a luchador? Did I miss that? So Chad Gable said he wants the best luchador in the world. They just signed Penta, but you're also sitting on Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, and I really feel like we were promised Penta tonight, but maybe not. I feel like it was. Yeet.
No, Drew McIntyre is not wrong because I've seen like all the events laid out over the past couple of years, and really you can trace everything going on in the WWE right now. It all revolves around Roman Reigns at some way or another. Whether somebody hates him or they love him or they teamed up with him and now other people hate him, it's always somebody. It's always involved with Roman Reigns. Ever since the chair shot by Seth Rollins, everything in the WWE going on right now has to do with Roman Reigns in one way or another.
Yeah, it's all tied in.
It's all tied in.
Yep. He would put the sock in the mouth and body slam you. I believe you're talking about Mick Foley. I remember a body slam though. I just remember the sock in the mouth. There's also the snake in the mouth from Santino Marella.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
I love Santino. I love Santino.
And will be our son getting off of work here in just 10 minutes. So our awesome moderator, Eileen, will be out for just a few minutes grabbing him. But yeah, so another commercial. So tonight, let's just recap here. I'm going to go ahead and put that. So we got, just in the first 2 hours alone, The Rock came back, John Cena, The Undertaker, already. Just not even 2 hours into the show.
Yep.
We got all three of those. So Santino was hilarious. Yes. And he was with Beth Phoenix for quite a while. I thought it was interesting. You never know what he would. But yes, you gotta pick up a man's child support. So every day Aiden comes home, my son comes home with something from Publix. He can't come home empty-handed, so you never know what kind of snack that's going to be. But thank you, Eileen, for joining us and being part of this, and drive safe. And we still have 13 people here in the chat with us. So that is awesome. Thank you guys so much. Just trying this out tonight, live stream, watch along. Heather, Mark, hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing on WWE. So just a little backstory to you with WWE. You're going to get a little backstory. You're not going to get a ton of in-ring action sometimes. Sometimes you're going to feel there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of backstory. But WWE provides you with a story. They make each match feel important. A lot of the alternatives out there, like All Elite Wrestling, they're going to have sometimes better in-ring matches. But a lot of the times those matches have no meaning. It's just guy 1 versus guy 2. And then you have an awesome 15-minute match and someone wins it. That's great. You're a fan of wrestling. I am a fan of wrestling. But if you just see great match after great match with no reason behind it, at some point you lose interest. And unfortunately, they've lost, I think it's 7 or 8 weeks in a row to NXT. So AEW's main TNT show, Dynamite, is losing out to WWE's third brand, NXT. So Miguel mentioned bringing out Sting. So speaking of Sting, he was in All Elite Wrestling for quite a few years, but just lost his career at the end of last year, beginning of last year. So he's no longer. He went at it. He was 63 years old when he wrestled his last match for AEW. So he was still stage diving, jumping off anything that he could, even at that age. So.
Of course he was.
Oh, this should probably be interesting.
Rock is always live when he leaves a place.
He's hugging the Usos.
Oh.
I feel like they're really going a long way to show The Rock smiley and happy tonight.
I mean, yeah, because I would not expect it. Oh, Travis Scott is supposed to be performing tonight. Which I don't know when at this point.
Yep. Oh. Okay.
I always tell people NXT is good. The Rock is going to be at NXT tomorrow night.
We just got that announcement. Wow. Whew. Okay. Well, there go the ratings for NXT tomorrow night.
Right. And if you don't know, the general manager for NXT, Ava, is actually The Rock's daughter.
Yes.
Quickest way to get booze in LA. Show Boston Celtics picture on your phone.
Executive of Netflix. Probably have a few bucks in their pocket. Vanessa Hudgens has been on like the last 3 weeks. She's definitely become a big wrestling super fan for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised she's as far back as she is. Usually she's like right behind Michael Cole.
Right? Michelle McCool, the Undertaker's wife, is there. Lyra Valkyrie. Guy on the right trying to get his face in the picture.
Yep, she's trying so hard.
And the guy behind her is kind of awkward.
Both of them.
Yes, next week we get that match. I'm interested to see that's I think that was a smart choice. It's about building up new stars. You know, some people were pushing for Natalya to win the title, or even Io Sky, but I think it's important that we develop new stars. It is the secondary title. I think Dakota Kai should win the Intercontinental Championship, but that's next week.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike.
I know, right? We just keep drinking it and then in the parking lot and then it just disappears. I'm glad they didn't show that.
Yes.
That's probably why they didn't show that cut in the edit. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, he's coming out with Jey Uso. I was like, that's just random to have Travis Scott there.
That is one of my favorite parts of Raw is seeing Pat McAfee
Stand on the table.
For the Uso entrance. The Jey Uso entrance is the best entrance.
100%.
100%. Pat being Pat.
See, this is why look. Pat's not even on a chair yet. Come on, Pat. We're just waiting for him to get closer.
Yeah, he is still quite a way up there.
So Mike McCool's calling him out now for not getting on the table.
He's shouting something. Not sure what that is. Thanks again, Heather. Thanks for joining us. Always supporting us. I appreciate you very, very much. Looking forward to getting together shortly.
I love how Travis Scott's coming down with like all the security behind him. But WWE stars come out and do this every week, and there's like no security; they just run out there.
Right? Yes.
Michael Cole's on the
Michael
table
Cole's
too.
on the
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Michael Cole is eating when it's not time to eat, but that's okay. Heather, I hope we made you a fan of WWE. Give Raw and Netflix another try next week.
Oh my gosh! This is so much fun.
Michael Cole's a little behind on that.
He is. Michael is doing his best. I love this drone shot.
Yeah, so good.
That's what I was wondering. I don't know why he got up there. How like Pat McAfee's about to pick him up and put him down.
This is one thing I'm really enjoying about this, and I wouldn't hate it either if it was a regular thing. Like, we have our stars on SmackDown, but like seeing them on Raw, like just from the crowd, it's a cool image or visual, like because they're always behind the curtain, like they're all there getting to experience it.
Oh yeah,
perspective. I like that a lot.
Some are in the suite, some are down.
Yep. No, Robert, I'm sure you're not eating. That's okay. I'm sure you're sitting perfectly still. So we're entering the final hour of the show.
Supposed final hour of the show.
Yeah. And then there's probably a post-show and Elimination Chamber. It feels like they're not having many PLEs in the United States. Like last year alone, they had the Italy, they had Germany, they had
Italy, Germany, France,
yep.
Saudi.
Or was Italy last year, or was that this year?
No, it was France. It was Lyon, France.
Yeah, it's France. Italy is going to probably happen this year. Mexico this year.
So Canada is always there, always supported.
Yep. Quick popcorn break. Like 8 pieces of popcorn. Somehow I made more on the floor than it got. That's okay.
Oh my gosh, this is. Honestly, I'm starting to feel bad for Jey Uso now. That man has not had an easy match in quite a long time.
Can he just get a squash match victory?
Like he's gone at it so much with Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker is not a nice dude.
He had a very short IC title run, but he still got the title. I don't know if they know the direction they're going to go. Like, it's easy to look at WrestleMania, but like someone like a Jey Uso, like you just hope that he's not stuck in some 6-man wonky match. Like Intercontinental title again, maybe. Okay, but I just wish. I don't know what the answer is for Jey Uso at WrestleMania.
I don't know. Because he gets stuck so much in his family drama, bloodline. I really hope that now with Roman taking over again, he said it before, like let Jey beat Jey.
Yep.
You guys can love each other, support each other, you'll be there, but I don't need to see Jey Uso every time I see Roman Reigns.
Right. Yeah, make it feel special when that happens. I would like to see, if Jey is moving over to SmackDown, I would like to see him be the one to take down Gunther. I think that's the way to go. Because if you run the risk, yes, you can face like a Solo Sikoa, or you can face a Jacob Fatu, but I feel like we've been there, done that for a little bit. Be interesting to see, honestly, where the Bloodline story goes after tonight. I'm sure there's still much more story to be told. You mentioned earlier, maybe Solo goes and gets some more help from family. but I would love to see Jey Uso get. I know he's fought one time before Gunther and fell short, but I feel like that would be, to me, like we talk about the big WrestleMania matches, Jey Uso can get a world title championship victory at WrestleMania over a Gunther. That would be amazing. I know it's popular to have the heel champion because there's more interest in a good guy is chasing the title of bad guy. But I think Jey Uso needs that big win. Yes, he had the one to win the IC title, but he kept it for 2 weeks. I'd love to see that at WrestleMania. I don't know if that's the direction we're going. Hopefully it's that. Hopefully it's not Bill Goldberg. As long as Gunther holds the title, I have nightmares about a Bill Goldberg match. Really hope that doesn't happen. If it does, maybe put it on Saturday Night's Main Event or something. But I am really surprised. I'm not hating it, but I am surprised that we got a lovey-dovey Rock tonight. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty interesting. But
because I was scared. I thought Rock was gonna come in, throw his weight, say, "I'm your boss. I'm the high chief."
Yeah, there's no final boss mention, nothing. So does that mean that he's not available for us? Now the questions will come back up. Does that mean he's not available? Part of me feels like he may say, you know what, this is John Cena's year. I had my year last year. So we'll see. I feel like there'll be a lot of discussion about it. But
Pete Dunne has 22 televised wins last year.
Was it wins or matches? I think it was matches.
Is it? I didn't catch that. Did somebody catch that? I couldn't tell if it was wins or matches.
Oh, the rest cam. Okay. I was wondering why Eddie Oregano was getting his own introduction.
Right.
Drew McIntyre. I loved what I saw on Friday. I would not be hating on an alliance with Drew McIntyre and Tevin Owens.
I know, but then I'll be waiting for the turn by Kevin Owens again.
Yeah.
That would be. Not for nothing. But some of these European wrestlers, they just don't have the best entrances.
Yeah. I prefer the heel Drew McIntyre, but entrance-wise, I do miss the fan favorite entrance that he would have. A lot of staring.
Oh, yeah. I like how we got all of the title matches out of the way already.
Right? Yep. And with them being in California, even though it was an 8 o'clock start time for us, it was a 5 o'clock start time for them. So they're ready to go. They'll keep going.
Yeah. Jey Uso is not waiting for him to get into the ring.
Oof.
I mean, I will say this is kind of like uncharacteristic for Jey, but he's an attack champion. That's his brother, so.
This match has happened a couple times over the year. Always delivers every time. I expect no different here. Oops. And thank you guys again. We are now just 5 subscribers away from 1,600. So I appreciate each and every one of you for that.
Ooh. I have not seen that counter yet.
I was watching a Royal Rumble. I was, usually every January I'll put on a couple of different Rumbles and stuff. And just the last one I just saw was Drew McIntyre running out there as part of 3MB. And I remember going to a show with Eileen and Aiden. We got there early and we saw him, and he came up signing autographs. And remember us asking specifically, like, you can't be happy with this. He's like, no, this is terrible. I can't wait to be out of here. He was just on the way out. So I'm so glad. It's interesting, and if they do go the Cody Drew route, that's another option too. But what's interesting about that is they both had similar paths, right? They both left WWE because they weren't being utilized very well.
Yeah.
And it killed it on the indies, came back. Drew came back, I think it was only about a few years. Just in that 2 years alone, he really re-established himself and now has the look. He's a great heel. So
Oh, Drew actually got some cheers there. Okay.
right, yeah. I saw the Pat McAfee show he did his Pat McAfee show live from this arena earlier today. Usually he'll fly to whatever city, but I guess they had a lot of planning to do today for the show. So
That's cool. I'll go back and watch it.
still going back to that Undertaker appearance, so random. So we got that version of him coming out for Ria Ripley of all people. But, okay.
Yeah, because I feel like, even with we got Undertaker last year at WrestleMania.
Yep.
That wasn't exactly Dead Man. It wasn't exactly, it wasn't exactly like something that he's done before.
Right.
And especially with, he's big now with the 6 Feet Under podcast, so I feel like that's the only right way to bring him out if you wanted to do a gimmick.
True. That is true. Yeah, because he's kind of already retired that other character. What are your thoughts on, not taking away from this match, but what are your thoughts on, as we mentioned, The Undertaker? Who, if anyone, would you have booked to defeat The Undertaker in the street? Because Brock Lesnar was not the guy for me. That's not who I would have booked. Shocked by that decision, but what are your thoughts on that? Would you have picked somebody?
Honestly, I thought Shawn Michaels was going to be the one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Shawn Michaels was going to be the one to break the streak. After Shawn Michaels didn't do it, I was like, all right, that's it. The streak's never going to be broken.
That 3-year stretch with it was Edge, and to me that might be the best WrestleMania, the Edge and Undertaker match, the Shawn Michaels Undertaker 2 times, and you had Triple H, like that 3 to 5 year stretch was amazing matches every time. I think an up and coming person should have been the one to dethrone him at some point. I didn't need to see him go undefeated forever. I'm not sure who that person might have been, but at the time, that's how I would have done, instead of someone like Brock, who was already established at that point. So I really didn't elevate Brock Lesnar. Just yes, he beat The Undertaker at Mania, but it really didn't elevate him too much.
Max are getting a little acrobatic there. Okay.
Yes.
Was not expecting that roll over.
Out and go a little quicker. I want to be in that position. Drew McIntyre is another one where I don't know where they go. I feel like he has to go to SmackDown because he's already kind of gone through the Raw roster in terms of big money matches. unless of course Cody Rhodes. I think they had one televised match on TV, but I think that's the route that they should go.
Yeah, for Drew, I mean, they spent so long with him and CM Punk.
Yes.
I mean, unless they continue, I thought that they were going to keep him in the mix with him and Seth Rollins, maybe do a triple threat. But now seeing him turn more towards the bloodline, I mean, we saw what happened with Roman earlier. I don't know where Drew goes from this.
Oh, wow.
I love how being a part of the bloodline means you could just take any Samoan finisher and make it yours.
Yep. That's all you gotta do.
How many different Samoan drops can we see? How many Samoan spikes?
Now, in this Intuit Dome, is there a professional team that uses that, or is that just different concerts and events and venues and stuff?
It's the Los Angeles Clippers from NBA. Yeah, because their owner is I think he's the ex-CEO of Microsoft.
Okay. McIntyre survives. Oops.
I think we're going to see Jey win this. We have to see Jey win it. I feel like for him to say, I'm staying on my own, Roman, I'll help you if I need you. You need me, but I got to do my singles thing still. I think we got to see Jey win.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's Jey loses another match, will still be fine. Drew loses another big match. He's been on a roll for a while. I just don't. If Drew wins this, it can't be clean. I think you got to protect both people in this one. Oh, a punt. Problem is when you bring out The Rock, The Undertaker, and John Cena, the crowd's gonna be a little quiet after all that.
I know, right?
Uso stays in it. 16. I'm looking at the results of Clicker at the bottom. Is that it for matches? But yes, it's light on the wrestling for obvious reasons.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's just been the two matches. But so much happening. They're setting up for this Netflix era huge.
Yep. And you wonder what that reference earlier of Chad Gable challenging any luchador randomly. Did Penta get bumped from this week for time constraint or what?
I mean, maybe you get The Rock and you get John Cena, two people who know how to cut a promo. They don't need a script. They're not watching the clock. They're probably just going out there off the cuff. I'm sure somebody went over.
Oh yeah, Rock always goes over.
Yeah, because now I don't see us. I think they're just gonna go straight into CM Punk and Seth Rollins after that because it's already 10:20, almost 10:20. So now we're not gonna get the New Day versus Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, if you notice, that wasn't any of the updated match cards. I feel like they postponed that till next week.
But how does the WWE do that though with Chad Gable? You can't say the best luchador you got and give them the new guy Penta, who all in all is great, but you got Rey Mysterio. You got Rey Mysterio. The luchador. Unless you bring out Nacho Libre, there's no other luchador better than Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, and I feel like it's definitely going to be Penta, but they could have done Mysterio tonight.
Let's go! Oh my God. I knew it. I knew he had to win.
I was chowing down my popcorn. That's awesome. Big.
I lost my crop. I kicked out. Another Macho Man.
Huge win for Jey Uso.
Smart. That's so smart. The IQ to go for that roll up. Come on, Macho. Why?
It's a big win for you. Gunther is he's got that smirk. He's a great heel. Every match feels important. He's not somebody that's going to get the crowd to go electric, but as soon as that bell rings.
I mean, his promos, though, he cuts deep.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff he said against Damian, the stuff he said against Cody, the stuff he said against Randy.
Mm-hmm.
He cuts deep with his promos. Bring that out.
I think we're going to still see the Hulkster here for.
Oh, we have to.
No more videos.
Otis.
Ain't nobody gonna watch your stuff.
When can I put that on your calendar? Oh, they announced a new video game.
I would love to know that's down. Like they show up to the arena. It's not like any other night where it's like, hey, Punk you're taking the L against Rollins or vice versa. You wonder how that goes to be a fly on the wall. We would imagine they're both professionals, but
Oh yeah, and I've seen like you see what was it, behind the curtains of WrestleMania last year?
yeah,
All behind the scenes footage, and they genuinely didn't know until the match was over. Like I love the professionalism that you let these vets go in and you let them call the match. You let them call their spots. You let the referee just kind of feel it out. They go play by play. Even the announcers genuinely have no idea what's going on.
Yep.
So all the reactions that you see were real. So tonight, I feel like we're going to see that again. It's going to be down to the wire. I don't think they're going to know until someone's on the mat for the 1, 2, 3.
Yep, I was watching something. It was Mustafa Ali was on a podcast for recently, and he was telling that he was about to come out of the curtain. He was supposed to win the match. I think it might have been an elimination chamber, or might not have been. Might have been a gauntlet match. I don't remember. It was a ladder match. He was supposed to win and become number one contender for the world title. Right before Vince pulled him aside and said, Brock's going over. Or no, he said, go to the ring, climb the ladder, grab something, you're about to grab it, then just stop in your track and you don't know what to do. And then it was Brock Lesnar that came out, took the briefcase, won the match, all that good stuff. So it has happened before where they changed their minds on a dime. I did see SmackDown this week was rewritten about 4 o'clock before it went on the air. They decided to switch a few things out, which is something that Vince McMahon would do every day.
Oh my gosh, he would do it last minute.
Yeah.
He would not tell people either. Oh my gosh, I do.
No.
Do we need to bring up Montreal?
Yeah. And there was a story too, speaking of cutting time to matches. Forget which WrestleMania it was, but Brodus Clay was supposed to have a 3-minute segment where all he did was come to the ring, dance with his people, and just get that little wave in that moment. And the segment before went too long, and Vince pulled Brodus Clay aside and said, "We're having to cut your segment. Sorry about that." And so, Brodus looked defeated and everything. So John Cena was on net. And John's like, how much time do you need? And he's like, 2 minutes. He's like, all right, I can get you 3 minutes. So Cena was supposed to come out, and he tells him, sorry,
bathroom. Okay, I saw this one too. Yeah.
And Brodus gets that 3-minute time. So that just is basically that's just so you get to know a little bit of who John Cena is. He's that kind of person, always willing to put that other guy over. And yes, he's had 16 title runs, but in every single one of them, he made the opponent feel like $1 million.
Oh my gosh!
Now, that's an interesting topic, Tevin, to go over. Is there, the 2-night WrestleMania always been a success? I'm a big fan of the 2-night. Starting next year, I believe, is the 2-night SummerSlam. Are you a fan of the 2-night SummerSlam and stopping there? I've heard rumblings about a 2-night Royal Rumble. I think to make WrestleMania feel like important to have its identity, I don't think beyond SummerSlam and WrestleMania, I think that's where it should be. I don't think we need to see a Survivor Series 2-night show and a Money in the Bank 2-night show. I think it should stick with those two. What do you think?
I agree. Honestly, I think that even SummerSlam might be a stretch because I feel like WrestleMania is supposed to be the biggest event of the year. Now, if we start looking into other PLEs, then it's okay, well, like this one's big, but then this one's also big. So then as a look for the talent, even it's, well, you get 2 nights at WrestleMania, but I got 2 nights at SummerSlam.
Yep.
I get it. They're spaced out far enough to where like you can do it and it might be big enough. But I feel like that they really need to like make SummerSlam feel like they're like number 2 show. They're number 2 PLE. Because right now, for me, it's like, well, there's always WrestleMania at the top, and then it's like Royal Rumble is always really big, and the Elimination Chamber is also really big too. So that's
a good point.
How do you keep that same hype for SummerSlam?
Yep. That's going to be interesting. I think I would have been fine with just WrestleMania. We'll see with SummerSlam, but hopefully it doesn't get beyond that. Because then you start getting into overexposure. Oh, it's Rick Steiner's son.
There he is.
Tiffy time.
See, how do they not have her as a baby face, as a face in the database? You just heard that cheer for her?
Whoa.
What?
Wow.
We got a Bella in the building.
That is a legit surprise because I know they did not end on good terms.
No, they did not. They did not. Wow.
And that was that.
That was Nikki Bella.
That was Nikki Bella, yeah. Pat's having a coronary. It's Jimmy Hart. I want to go to where Jimmy Hart and R-Truth age, or whatever product they use to not age, because Jimmy Hart looks exactly the same.
What was it? R-Truth went on the podcast and said that he just laughs. And that's it. He doesn't worry. That's why he stays so young. Stays active and he laughs.
All right, as long as he doesn't declare for the Royal Rumble, this is good.
Oh my gosh, right?
So just to verify, we got a Hulk Hogan, an Undertaker, The Rock, and Cena all tonight on Raw.
Don't forget Jimmy Hart. We got Jimmy Hart too.
And a Jimmy Hart. And a Nikki Bella.
And Nikki, that one.
And I thought Travis Scott was going to perform, but
that's what was advertised.
Yeah.
But I guess since his song is the Raw, it's like the
Are
official.
we still booing Hulk Hogan? We are booing the Hulksters.
I mean, to be fair, he did show up at a Trump rally. He's in Los Angeles.
Yep.
But years of patience have been my greatest tag team partner. Because you guys, the supplement, I've been in
This is some mixed reactions.
Yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage. I had giant-sized partners like Andre the Giant. But a serious partner.
You know, he's hoping to get, by him saying certain names, getting the crowd to cheer, and they are still booing.
Poor Hogan, man.
Oof. That was Dominic Mysterio level heat. And there's still quite a few of you watching along. Just still let us know you're here in the comments. We are powering through this 3-hour episode of Monday Night Raw. Thank each and every one of you. Even if you stepped away from the computer to watch and do something else, that's okay. You're still here with us, so we appreciate it. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but Lyra Valkyria and Dakota Kai, big night next Monday night for the Intercontinental title. I'm hoping Dakota Kai gets that one, but we shall see.
Same here. And I was digging it. I'm not too familiar with Dakota Kai. I did some more research on her. I didn't realize she was Japanese and Italian.
Yeah, and then lived in New Zealand. So it's, yeah.
Oh my gosh, Sheamus. How many times are you going to hit his chest?
Right.
It's like bruised all on one side from hitting it.
Is there any more matches next week than there were tonight?
Probably to make up for it, yeah. I mean, yeah, because Triple H said it. You can only fit so much into one night. And yeah, Netflix isn't going to be super strict. There she is. There's the queen of WWE, Stephanie McMahon. I mean, Netflix isn't going to be super strict. Like, you don't have to wait strictly just for the 10:59. Hey, we have a minute. We got to go straight to the finish, wrap it up, cut the match short, cut your segment short. Is they have that flexibility to actually finish what they started.
Right. Yep. Oh, it is main event time. This match, I don't ever recall a match where I legit don't know which way they're going to go.
In recent, it was WrestleMania for me. No idea what was going to happen.
You know, one criticism will yes, Robert, let me tell you something, brother. Still here with all you WrestleManiacs. Appreciate you. With Seth Rollins, I feel like I get the character, the over-the-top sunglasses, crazy outfits, but what I think missing, they had a great promo battle on Monday night.
Oh yeah,
I think CM Punk won that one, but it was very good. But just once, twice, maybe, I want to see Seth come out as just Seth Rollins. Nothing silly on, no goofy glasses, because you would take the seriousness a lot. You would be a lot more effective without all that bling and everything that he's got on him. That's my one thing about Seth Rollins.
I like it. Well, my thing is that, and I've said this before, is that the WWE, there's not a lot of gimmicks anymore.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of different personalities, a lot of different characters, but there's not really that many gimmicks. And I feel like Seth Rollins is probably the closest to one gimmick that we have, and it's him just being that over the top, dressing more like. I think it's even funnier that he's married to Becky Lynch, the Man.
Yeah,
is that his wife's name is the Man, but he dresses the most eccentric and in these like extravagant like outfits and costumes all the time.
Yeah, and I think what should be said is definitely like we wouldn't want Seth to get away from that. What I'm thinking is just 1 week particular build on a build up to a really big feud or something. I'd like to see him just be himself, but not give up on this character, because I think there's money to be made with that, and it's still very much over with the crowd. This one, though, I feel like CM Punk's going to be the fan favorite here tonight. We shall see here in just a few seconds, but I was hearing rumblings of a show going slightly over. With it being 10:35 right now, I think we'll probably be right at that 3-hour mark, but we shall see. But just really interested to see how this way they go and how this ends. Is the clean finish, but not any other returns? Probably not.
I feel like this has to be a clean finish. I don't know who else can get involved.
Right? Yeah.
And we did see Kevin Owens. He got ran off. Drew McIntyre. He didn't get too beat up. He got a roll-up finish. So we can't say that he's too tired, too worn out from his match with Jey Uso. So maybe Drew McIntyre comes out just to stare both of them down.
Yeah. You feel like his work's done with CM Punk, but you never know. But yeah, I can't think of anyone else really either. And I don't know how you get a clean out with this. I mean, I guess at the end it doesn't matter. This is just going to be part 1 of 3. I'm assuming. Maybe we get. Feel like they'll have an interaction in the Rumble. Maybe we'll get a part 2 in Elimination Chamber. I don't think this goes all the way to WrestleMania. Maybe it does, but I feel like we'll get 3 matches here in these 3 months leading up to WrestleMania.
I can see this as another WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
Maybe headlining one of the nights.
It'd probably be the whole, they call it the 50-50 booking. Whoever wins this one here will probably not come out with the win in match 2 and have the rubber match right after that. So, but man, Hogan's probably going to the back. Like, what is going on? Like, still, I understand. They've tried a couple times. They tried him with Titus O'Neil at WrestleMania in Tampa. That didn't go over too well. I was there. It was the first event back after COVID, so it was not a very highly. I think it was like 60% of the seats that they were able to sell because of COVID restrictions and whatnot. But you could hear the boos raining down on Hulk Hogan. Just such a shame. Such a great career and stupid comments that he made just really derailed everything. And sometimes time heals all wounds, but with Hulk Hogan, there's still a lot of upset people, and I don't think there's been a formal public apology outside of local radio shows and programs and such. So maybe that's the start. But
yeah, I'm interested to see what they say on X or something later on about Hulk Hogan.
Yep. Thanks, Mom. Still hanging out, watching with us. Appreciate you. Robert says he feels that Drew is still stewing over Punk. We may see Drew come in and interfere. Mentions the final match at WrestleMania. They've had 3 now, 3 big ones culminating with the Hell in the Cell. So I'm sure they'll meet again at some point. I don't know if WrestleMania fourth match is the way to go with other options on the table. I feel like it could go Cena, Cody. I think whoever wins the Rumble, I think is choosing Cody Rhodes. I think that's pretty much a given. I do feel like Kevin Owens deserves another title run, but I don't see it being at the expense of Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania or at Royal Rumble. But
here's another one that I forgot about: Saturday Night main events.
Yeah,
that's another big one where you don't have to wait for a Royal Rumble. You don't have to wait for.
Yeah, I like when they do that.
PLE.
It's like a filler, but it's still very important. It's like a PLE,
and it's huge too.
Yep.
It's so huge.
I've noticed they're getting away from they're doing post shows and not so much on the media or the press conference, it seems like.
Yeah. Well, because especially now anybody can grab a camera and they can post it on the YouTube page or the Instagram account, or they can post it somewhere. So we don't always need the press conference right before the show. They had the Raw Netflix kickoff, mid-December, and then we got little snippets here and there.
Yep. These two have a much more bigger history than just since Punk's been back. This goes back almost 20 years. Their days in Ring of Honor, OVW back in those days. So this is gonna be good. Very rare that you have two monster first time matches like you do tonight. I'm very excited to do this.
CM Punk is one. I feel like because we haven't seen him as much in so long. But I was watching WWE did like a live stream leading up to this event on their YouTube channel of like a bunch of past events and a bunch of past Raw highlights. And CM Punk versus John Cena. Oh my God, I did not realize how big that match was.
Each and every time, how big that was.
Each and every time. I mean, kick out, finish after finish.
Punk's contract was expiring, and he literally was left the company with the title, and you legit thought he was gone. Like, it was pretty crazy. He showed pictures with the belt in his fridge after his contract expired. I don't think Macho Man Randy Savage has sat down in the front since the show began.
Probably not.
We're finally getting this match. This was probably going to be the WrestleMania match in 2024 and the injury to CM Punk. So now we're getting it on Netflix. Main event time.
Oh my gosh, this is. And fun fact, that's like my second favorite referee. That guy in there.
Yes,
he's my second favorite ref. I love seeing him out there. He's so much like shorter than like everyone else, but he's so like bulky.
Yeah, he's good. Oh, that's an interesting face. The disdain that these two men have for each other is real. This brings me back to Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, in terms of legit,
like actually hating each other.
Hating for each other, yeah.
See, one thing I'm glad you brought that up, because now, like, if I see these two men on the microphone going back and forth, they're just standing there and they're just talking back and forth, just really just stating facts. But back then when it was Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, Sean would like poke at him a lot.
Oh,
He
yes.
would egg him on. He would tease him, call him names. It was, oh my gosh.
Yeah. You're right. And you're right, Brian. It is like a mini WrestleMania on Netflix. It really is. Uh-oh. I still, unfortunately, watch Punk and I'm like, please don't hurt this.
Oh my gosh, right?
Oh, no.
Straight for the table. Someone's going through this Netflix table.
Earlier, that table is not breaking.
That table looks so sturdy. I love that referee, man. He looks so much like smaller than everyone else, but he's the best. I love it. I love it.
Flying into the crowd.
Oh, Mike, you're right. We don't have the Prime logo, and we don't have our Prime rehydration station.
Yeah. That is, what are they going to do? I guess it was for the calendar year.
Calendar year, maybe it was under like.
We got to see Logan Paul in there, unless he's not associated with the product anymore. I'm sure he is, but
I'm sure he is, but who knows?
Now it seems like Fortnite is center stage this year.
This ref isn't even counting.
Huh? Yeah.
That's interesting. This ref is not counting. He's just telling them to get back.
He's just following him around the arena. This is not a false count anywhere. Matchup, ladies and gentlemen. This is a one-on-one match, and the referee just followed them into the crowd.
Not a no DQ. Maybe the ref got special orders and said, just let them finish.
This chant that's happening right now, if you're an old school Cena fan, it's "Let's go Rollins, CM Punk." It is a throwback to the CM Punk "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chant. Oh, Macho Man Randy Savage has sat down in the front.
Oh my gosh. Just relentless.
And Seth Rollins is getting booed. There's about 10% tears, but it's mostly boos.
Because Seth Rollins is the aggressor in this match right now.
Oh, man.
Because CM Punk was ready to go for gold, and then Seth Rollins said, I'm not done with you yet. So that's why we even have this match in the first place.
Oh, that could have been a DQ right there.
I feel like this ref has special orders. Don't call anything, just finish the match. Because they both yelled at the ref.
Seth's been spending a lot of time yelling at this referee.
Ooh. Yeah, this ref must have special orders not to let this match end without a pinfall in the ring. Because he did not count, did not care when they went outside. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Be here his neck. Oh, and we are probably on our last commercial break. So just going to take a quick moment, one more time, just to thank once again our sponsor, Nashville Tax Solutions and Chris Bennett. With it being tax season approaching, we'll be able to start filing here in just a few weeks. It is great to have someone locally here who are in the Palm Bay area, even if you're not, to reach out to. They will. And just want to read one more note from that, from a customer from Natural Tax Solutions. It said that they recently had the pleasure of working with Christopher Bennett, the owner of Natural Tax Solutions, and I must say his knowledge and expertise in tax matters is truly impressive. He was able to provide clear and concise explanations, ensuring that he fully understood the process and the best course of action for his personal situation. Chris's professionalism and attention to detail were evident throughout our interactions, and he felt confident and supported every step of the way. I highly recommend Natural Tax Solutions, and specifically Chris, for their exceptional tax services. Once again, let me give you the contact info for Natural Tax Solutions: 615-502-2250, their website, naturaltaxsolutions.com, or email to info@nashvilletaxsolutions.com. That's with an S. And they were, shout out again, with Nashville. They were not only a proud sponsor of our podcast, but they were a gold partner this year for the Family Christmas Extravaganza. So just want to say thank you so much. Great to be in the booth out there, and hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll be back next year, and it was a great time. And I saw your comment. It said, "Look who it is." I'm not sure. I must have missed who that was. But was it a commercial, Mom, that you were referencing? I'm not sure who you saw. Speaking of Prime, here we go. Logan Paul is the most dedicated genius army person in the world. Literally trained from professional wrestler study. Learned years worth of wrestling knowledge in a few short months to promote his Prime. A lot of times people get slack, like, who are you? You're not even in the wrestling game, and you're just on YouTube. And you're like, if a person, a lot of times, if a person works that hard to make money, make a lot of money, it's easy to say, "Oh, what about me? Why don't I make that?" But I think you're right, Robert. Is he obviously knows what he's doing. He's pushing the right buttons, and not everybody's going to be a good guy. And the fact is, when Logan Paul comes out, not the way he is. They despise the person. They don't want him on their television screen, and he is soaking that up. And every minute of the matches, he does whatever he can do to get under your skin. And I think he's doing exactly what. And I'm sure we'll see him at the Rumble. I'm sure we'll have a big WrestleMania match of some sort. So we're back. Hopefully, no more commercial break as this show comes in this last segment. You got Punk seems to be out of breath. Seth Rollins, neck, knee.
Yeah, he's very out of it.
Oh.
There we go. Classic CM Punk.
Up.
Classic CM Punk.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, I thought he was fighting him for a second.
CM Punk's calling card.
Still a little early in the match for that, I think, but this will be a tease. Now his hand, he's getting circulation in his hand. Oh!
It's interesting that CM Punk is going straight for the neck.
Yeah. There's a bad back, there's a bad neck.
I would have gone for the ribs. Especially after all those tsunamis.
What is with these golf clappers?
Netflix executives. Probably never been to a match before.
And Robert, it's interesting you think you're definitely pulling for Rollins to win.
Oh my gosh. This roll around.
Oh, that could have been really bad. It looked like he almost hit his head on that bottom rope. I'm actually hoping CM Punk wins this one. But either way, I'm not going to be upset.
Same here.
Oof. Definitely was a stiff shot.
This ref is not counting them out. He must have special orders. Let this match finish. No DQ. Don't tell him that. Just let it happen. I do your move, they sing my song.
He built all of this, he's saying. Oh. What I would have liked to have seen there is I like the stomp they did, but I would like to have seen some more time between before he makes the pin, because he kicked out pretty quickly there.
Oh yeah.
You can only imagine what the ticket prices they're called. They're talking the highest arena gate. I know it's 17,000 people, but I feel like even the nosebleeds are probably hundreds of dollars.
CM Punk, how do you get hit with your own move? Held my breath on that one. How do you get hit with your own
with the referee there?
Move twice? That's your move.
I don't like kickouts of finishing moves as often as they have them. That's why I feel like you should have like someone like Sami Zayn. He's got the Thunder Bomb. He's got a couple other finishers, but
yeah, I don't agree with that either. If
I
it's,
think back to the Bray Wyatt Seth Rollins feud with he kicked out of like 8 curb stomps before he finally got the pin.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. It's something that Undertaker talks about on his podcast is he tells the new talent, protect your finisher.
Yeah.
Because they just kick out of any finisher. But like the Crossroads, when Cody does that 3 times, it's kind of like a Three Amigos-esque. That's cool.
Somebody's gonna get hurt. Oh.
That Tevin did not go down. Oh my gosh.
How do you have him kick out of 2 of these?
See, this is starting to remind me of I forgot what year it was. It was CM Punk versus John Cena. It was just like this. They still each other's finishers. They did their own finishers. Kick out at the last second.
Yep.
Going back and forth. Oh, it was just.
I remember that. It was edge of your seat stuff. I think. Man, I mean, picked out of 2 pedigrees and curb stomps.
2 pedigrees, 2 go to sleeps. And that's just CM Punk.
Right, Robert? Yeah, so you're saying finishers do not mean. If every once in a blue moon, maybe at a WrestleMania, you can have a kick out here and there, but.
Making a slap match.
I feel like a Seth Rollins is going to lose. It could be maybe because he snaps a little bit and gets a little overconfident or something.
Yeah, because not for nothing, CM Punk, he can't compete like this day in and day out.
Yeah.
We got to Seth Rollins. Granted, he has his injuries, but sooner or later he's gonna have to put him over.
Okay, Ma, I see what you're saying now. Buckle bomb. Feet under the ropes.
So close to the roller. CM Punk did not move on that curb stomp. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I know, because then the next time we see one curb stomp, it can pin somebody, and it takes 4 to.
I think people say that about.
I feel like they're looking at this as like a WrestleMania match, like a WrestleMania on Netflix right now. So maybe that's why there's so many kick-out finishers. But
Oh man.
if they were on the USA Network, they would have been off the air for a minute right now.
Oh my gosh. It is 11:01. We are officially in the Netflix era.
Yes.
There is no hurry up and get to the finish. There is no you need to cut your segment. They're just going for it. Seth Rollins grunting.
Yep. Oh. That took a second win to. Wow.
Interesting. Now, I know I said I wanted CM Punk to win, but after that match, Seth Rollins should have won.
That was. It definitely was a fight for sure.
I feel like it was CM Punk's to win, but he's gassed. He's got nothing left in the tank after that.
Can't keep Seth Rollins as a face after losing a match like that. He's gonna stop. There's gonna be no hug after this match. Oh, we're getting the end credit.
If they hug, they might end up breaking each other. Oh my gosh, Seth Rollins
bleeding from
bleeding.
something.
Oh, Seth Rollins might be concussed.
And that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. 4 matches. Great first show. You can say what you want. Oh, I wish I would have seen this guy. I wish I would have seen that guy. But I think overall, easily an 8 out of 10 show for me. I know there were some spots that felt a little dragged on and things like that, but I would give it an 8 out of 10. What about you? What do you think?
I gotta say 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
It exceeded my expectations. Honestly, I feel like if it was for Hulk Hogan, I would say it was probably a 10 out of 10.
So yes,
Sorry, but I mean, I didn't from the beginning to the end. I didn't expect The Rock. I did not expect. I knew CM Punk versus Rollins was going to be good. I did not expect it to be that good, and then for CM Punk to win after a match like that.
Yeah, I think it definitely all the big matches exceeded expectations. You know, I think the crowd was into the show from the beginning. Really was only quiet for a little bit of the Drew McIntyre Jey Uso match, but how do you start to keep the momentum for that long for anything? So, but all in all, successful, better than what we've seen in recent time, in quite some time. Could be one of the biggest shows they've ever had. Definitely seems like it. Where do they go from here? As we go off the air, I just want to say, make sure next week, just because you're not going to see The Undertaker and The Rock, you're not going to see Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, or whoever else, and there's just some good matches. If this was the first time you watched the product, keep giving it a chance, because it can't be like that all the time. For those moments, those big moments that feel special, it has to be few and far between. Let next week develop the new young stars and see where that takes us, so that we have more stars in the future. Because we can't always bring back The Rock. There's going to be a day where The Rock, we can't bring him back, and The Undertaker anymore. So we need to develop new stars. So hopefully next week's show is on the right path for that. But thank you, Tevin. Thank you, everybody that stayed on, especially some of you that stayed from the very beginning. We appreciate you, whatever amount of time you put in. Thank you so much. We'll keep you posted if this is something that we'll be continuing to do. So just keep an eye on social media for that. Until next time, everybody, we'll see you around the ballpark. Thank you, guys.